Live clean, eat cleaner. The only natural and patented produce wash. Eat Cleaner is a tasteless, odorless, and lab-tested line of food wash and wipes that is up to 99.9% more effective than water in cleaning wax. The only natural, patented produce wash in a 14-day study, applying Eat Cleaner all-natural fruit vegetable wash to a variety of fruit and 100 pure guaranteed vegetables. Also prolongs shelf life up to 5 times longer through a natural blend of fruit acids and antioxidants. This can help save your family on average of over $500 per year, reducing waste and making it easy to get your half plate of fruit and vegetables each day. Eat Cleaner offers a wide variety of solutions for food safety and shelf life extension for consumers, retailers, food service, and operators. USDA bio-based, OMRI listed for use on organic produce, non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, made in the USA, lab-proven, and patented. So if you want cleaner fruits and veggies, try Eat Cleaner. Check the link in the description section below.
Tea is your escape. It's your opportunity to create a moment for stillness, for reflection, for yourself. It's your connection to a world of senses, flavors both exotic and familiar, energizing and relaxing. It's your retreat from an increasingly turbulent world. It's the perfect paradox of simplicity and complexity. Teabox.com connects tea to people, uniting the richest flavors of the finest teas with the curious, the cultivated, and the adventurous all over the world. The freshest tea you've ever tasted, from crop to cup. There's simply no simpler way to experience the wonderful complexity of tea. Teabox, packing up the freshness. Tea thrives on freshness, and so do they. Teabox temperature and humidity control facility ensure that tea is maintained. The teas themselves go into oblique bags with aluminum layers that protect them from excess moisture. And like with Teabox, shopping for fresh, loose leaf tea is easy because you make an informed purchase. You know exactly where your tea is coming from. So for the freshest teas in the world, check out Teabox.com. That's right, Teabox.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Are you a boxing fan? Check out Ring Kings Boxing only on the PRO Media Network.
The Kleins family has been getting people to go nuts for old nuts since 1995. As legends have it, a number of the Kleins friends who heard the idea said you can go nuts trying to name a store like that. In the excitement, the Kleins thought their friends said old nuts instead of go nuts and proceeded to throw caution to the wind. Old Nuts has over 2,000 items, bulk and wholesale prices of a whole lot of your favorite fruits, nuts, and confections. A selection of gift baskets for any budget, any occasion, and provides one of the best and impressively rated shopping experiences on the web. Fact is, between their selection, service, speed, or their online presence in the virtual mirror retail experience, they have developed an enviable client base that's comprised of personal and professional customers who count on their remarkable range of gift baskets. Think of gift basket, think about Old Nuts. Check them out, oldnuts.com. Check the link in the description section below.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger talk.
Go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers, go Tigers.
Tiger talk.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the sports coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation. Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the sports coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Who that fam?
What's going on, man? Welcome to another installment of the Sports Coma. We are in the building. Big ups to the family members. Thank y'all for being with us on this Christmas Eve edition of the Coma. We live in effect. Big ups to the Black and Gold family members chiming in this thing. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all for being here for another installment of the Sports Coma as we get going. Big ups to the family members on this one entitled TSC Saints versus Vikings preview. We are in the building. Big ups. Appreciate the family members, man, in this thing as we get going, man. Roll call, getting right into it. Joe Guidry. What up, Joe? Who that to you? Brother Jerry Paul. Who that to you? David Kemp. Who that to you? The Truth Hurts. Who that to you? Good to see you in the building there, fam. Appreciate y'all for being in this thing. Big ups to the family. Let's see, Jermaine Scobie. What's up, Jermaine? Who that to you, brother? Good to see you in the chat as well. Big ups to you in the building. Don Duck 4444. Big ups to your family. Who that to you? Thank you for being here. Big ups to you, Swag fan. Who that to you? Let's see, KB. What's up, KB? Who that to you? Trey Joseph. Who that to you in this thing? Madge Prime. Who that to you? Good to see you as well, fam. Josh Goat 23 in the building. Who that to you as well, fam? Big ups to you. GM Kev. Who that to you? Demi Matthews. Who that to you as well? Big ups to you. Torrey Shepard Sr. Who that to you? Let's see who else we got there chiming in this piece. Roy Baker. What's up, Roy? Who that to you, fam? Appreciate you as well. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else we got there. Fred Savage. What's up, Fred? Who that to you, fam? Thank you, King Creole. King Creole the first with the super chat. Thank you, fam. Appreciate you. And much love to you. Happy holidays to you. Thank you. James Van Korf. Who that to you, fam? Good to see you in the chat. Much love. Keith Herder. Who that to you, Keith? Big ups. Patrick Washington Jr. What's up, Pat? Who that to you, fam? Nola Baby Kevin Conley. Who that to you, fam? And all the family members in this piece. Big ups, fam. Thank y'all for joining us on the show today. DeWine, what's up? DeWine Mead, who that to you? DeWine, big ups. TJ Scottzilla, what's up, fam? Who that to you? And Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. Appreciate y'all. And thank y'all for being in this thing. Much love. Ulysses, what's up, Ulysses? Who that to you, fam? Big Ant, what's up, Big Ant? I see you, fam. Big ups to you as well. Robert Clark, who that to you? All right, Shane Wiseman, what's up, Shane? Who that to you, fam? Says Merry Christmas, buddy. Our Christmas gift will be tomorrow with a win. That's right. Thank you, Shane. Appreciate you, bro. And all the family members in the live stream, much love to you. Please strike upon the like button. If you hadn't hit the like button, please subscribe if you aren't a subscriber of the Great Saint Think Tank. We in this thing, man. On this Christmas Eve edition, family, and without running any interviews, I thought it'd be a change of pace without dropping any interviews to start this show just to get right on into it, man, because Christmas is tomorrow, and the Saints got a lot of work to do to catch up. We're currently on a 2-game slide, and I know that's not the best, but it's most certainly ain't the worst. I mean, we still in contention. We sealed up a playoff spot. We just got to keep winning to get the rest of the division, lock up the division with a win, and eliminate officially the Minnesota Vikings tomorrow, as well as take care of business against Carolina and have a strong outing, because in 2 weeks is the time where we'll be looking at the playoffs. The NFL playoffs will be in the building, so we will be in the building as well, man. The season almost to an end. 2 weeks from now, we have the playoffs. It's very close, man. Isn't that amazing? Tech Saint, what's up, fam? Who that to you, bro? Good to see you. Brian Pearson, what's up, Brian? Who that to you, fam? Thank you for being here. Lit Cookies. What's up, Lit Cookies? Who that to you in the building as well? The Lit Cookies. All right, family, on today's show, TSC Saints versus Vikings, the preview. We'll be talking about just that, Saints-Vikings. We'll go over the injury report. We'll go over a few news, notes, and items. We'll do our thorough scouting report breakdown that we customarily and traditionally do every game, well, pre-game day or before the game day, every Friday, but now it's Thursday because the game is Friday. So we had to expedite that process. Kevin says, hey, Q, super hype. What treat for New Orleans Pelicans and Saints? Oh, boy, let's feast. I know. To get them both on the same day on a Christmas is really big, man. To see the Pelicans, they played really well against the Toronto Raptors in that first matchup. holding the Raptors to 99 points. Ingram almost had a triple-double. Listen, the Pelican post-game report in full effect, baby. So there it is. But getting both the Pelicans early and the Saints at 3 o'clock is really good, man. That means New Orleans gift that the NBA and NFL are giving us to watch our teams win. And wouldn't it be a terrific day to see them both win? To see the Pelicans beat the Heat, and then, of course, the Saints take down the Vikings as well. So really looking forward to tomorrow's really good situation. All right, let's keep it going, fam. Big ups to you. Please hit the like button if you hadn't hit the like button upon entering the stream. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button and join the Great Saint Think Tank today. As we get going, we're now streaming right now over Twitch, Facebook, as well as YouTube, 3 major streams. So if you're chiming in for Facebook, give me a who dat, and I give you a who dat back. And same as Twitch, and as well as the YouTube family. Lavelle, what's up, Lavelle? Big ups to you, who dat. Welcome in. Inevitable is in the stream as well. Who that to you as well? Inevitable says, SP, better not ride that hot hand. Whoever he says, better ride the hot hand. Okay, I got you, fam. Better ride the hot hand. That's right. So big ups to the family members as we get ready to share the screen and get into this thing. We're going to start off with the injury report brought to you by the NewOrleansSaints.com. And here we go. And, of course, 7 New Orleans Saints players was listed on the Week 16 injury report. Of course, the Vikings. This is the final injury report. Of course, tomorrow's the game. Traquan Smith is officially listed out after missing the entire week. We knew he was on a short week. He probably wasn't going to play, dealing with an ankle issue. Andrews Pete as well did not practice, but is listed as questionable. He was limited. And I'm hearing that he possibly might play. We'll see. Nick Easton, concussion, was out once again on a short week, and more than likely he'll probably return on I thought in a short week he'll be back, but they're holding him out. Marcus Williams is out for this game as well with a bum ankle. So we got 3 people. As Andrew is listed questionable, but more than likely Andrews probably will play. But Traquan's out. Marcus Williams, the safety, is out. Carl Granderson fully practiced today from the neck situation. Malcolm Brown is listed as questionable. He was limited. They're good to have Malcolm back into the game. They really need him in the interior. Trey Hendrickson did not practice today, but was listed as questionable. So I don't know what that means. But I'm thinking more than likely, Trey Hendrickson more than likely is going to attempt to play. Questionable is like probable. Last year's questionable, not last year, but back in the day when you were probable, you were going to play, and questionable, you weren't going to play. But they eliminated the probable declaration. And now it is now questionable is the new probable. If you know what I mean. But there it is. So questionable, Brown and Pete and Hendrickson on the short week. I say they all play. All right, let's move on. Minnesota Vikings people that's out. Eddie Kendricks. This is a big sting to them to lose Eddie Kendricks. That's one of their best linebackers. He's out. Kyle Rudolph, the pusher, is out as well. Troy Dye, their linebacker, is out. Jalen Holmes, the defensive lineman, is out. Questionable is Armand Watts, the defensive tackle. Doubtful is Todd Davis, the former Bronco. He is doubtful for the game, which means he probably won't play. Running back Alexander Madison is listed as out for them. But a bunch of defensive linemen are going to play. Hercules Mataafa, Jaleel Johnson, Afidi Andingnibo is also fully practiced. And, of course, defensive back Cameron Dantzler, the former Ohio State player, is fully practiced. Then fullback C.J. Ham is questionable for this team. So some really high-powered people, including Kyle Rudolph, is out, but Irv Smith Jr. is in there for him. Eddie Kendricks is out for them. One of their best linebackers, and Todd Davis, who's a pretty good linebacker in his own right, are both doubtful and listed out. So very interesting game. But their offensive firepower is very, very much available. And I must say, it's good not seeing any of our other starters outside. I know Marcus Williams is on this injury list as being out, but we'll see. I'm probably looking at the fact that the Saints more than likely, people say, well, who replaces Marcus Williams? I'm saying it's a mixture of P.J. Williams and perhaps DJ Swearinger. I don't know why would anybody want to put P.J. Williams over DJ Swearinger. It's beyond me. But Dennis Allen will do that. All right, let's move on to the roster moves announced. This is coming from the New Orleans Saints website. as they announced some good news here. The New Orleans Saints announced the following roster moves as of today. They activated Jameis Winston from the reserve C19 list, which is good news. They activated wide receiver Marquez Callaway from injured reserve and signed wide receiver Austin Carr. I know that's good news to a lot of family members who love that Austin Carr. To the active roster and the practice squad, they waived wide receiver Tommy Lee Lewis and guard Patrick Omameh, placed wide receiver Traquan Smith on the injury reserve, and elevated wide receiver LaJordan Humphrey to the active roster from practice squad. So with Traquan going on the IR, that will give opportunities to other young wide receivers to step up. And of course, we know with Tommy Lee getting waived, that pretty much give the returning duties to Marcus Callaway. With Jameis Winston coming back and being activated, that allows Taysom Hill to return back to his regular package of doing what he do. And of course, Sean Payton will use him as such, as a wide receiver, a running back, quarterback, wherever he see fits to use him at. And of course, Austin Carr will help out in the kick return, punt return game as well. And of course, LaJordan Humphrey, who caught a touchdown last week, will have an opportunity to play against the Minnesota Vikings as well. So those are the list of roster moves activated. Jameis Winston, the Saints did from the C19 list. They also activated Marquez Callaway from the IR and then signed Austin Carr from the practice squad to the active roster while waiving Tommy Lee Lewis and guard tackle Patrick Omameh and placing wide receiver Traquan Smith on the IR, and then elevating LaJordan Humphrey to the active roster from the practice squad for Friday's game against the Vikings. So there you have it. Injury report and activations. Also, not done yet. Saints signed a free agent wide receiver to the practice squad. Who is it? New Orleans Saints practice squad filled its final vacancy by signing wide receiver Jake Lampman. Jake Lampman, a free agent who started his NFL career as an undrafted rookie with the Saints back in 2016. He played at Ferris State in college and has kind of bounced around in years since spending time on Tampa Bay Buccaneers squad in 2017 and popping up with the XFL's Tampa Bay Vipers early this year. He tried out for the Saints in August along with some other players. This isn't the help the Saints fans have been asking for, while he has played in their system before so many more accomplished NFL veterans like Kenny Stills, who could offer more down the stretch. The odds of Lampman being a better option than Stills or practice squad receiver LaJordan Humphrey are slim. I say there are none. Still, beggars can't be choosers, and which one are we? And the Saints are running so thin in the receiving course with Thomas Harris, Fowler, and Callaway. Well, Callaway came back, though. So the lax attitude towards a terrific draft prospect and a rookie Pro Bowler, Justin Jefferson, may hunt the team for years. They really should have been more aggressive and target him on game day. So, and I was for that. And then with the draft was looking at Justin Jefferson. Imagine what would have happened if you would have drafted him. Now, of course, this year you wouldn't have took Cesar Ruiz, which I wouldn't be mad about that. If you'd have drafted Justin Jefferson, you would have had a young wide receiver that could have been around with Mike Thomas for pretty much the rest of his career. A fast, big, tall receiver that can do a lot. He's a special talent. You'd have kept him home. But ultimately, a lot of people wanted Justin Jefferson here. The Saints just went with a guy that, an offensive lineman, who's a center, who's one of the best centers in the draft, but he's not playing center. He's playing guard, which makes no sense. But you can't tell nobody that. They don't have no critical thinking to tell them, listen, that don't make any sense to draft a guy that's a center and play him at guard all season. Even though he's not good at guard, that's why he played center, and that's why he was a first-round pick at center. If you wanted a guard, draft the guard, right? Makes sense, right? You can't tell them that when it comes down to Peyton, because they'll tell you that Peyton knows what he's doing, right? Well, we'll see. Time will tell all of this stuff. But the issue is they did take him, and Justin Jefferson returns to the Dome along with Adam Thielen and Delvin Cook and Kirk Cousins and the rest of those guys, and we'll cover the depth chart and momentarily. So let's get into the rest of the practice squad, just to let you know who's on the practice squad, fam. And this is, anyway, here's the practice squad. Looks before Week 16 game against the Minnesota Vikings. You got Trevor Siemian. The only quarterback there, the emergency quarterback, he's back. I expect them probably to get rid of this guy probably after this game. And, of course, Jake Lampman, of course, that's the guy they picked up to bring in here. And I can agree, Kenny Stills would have definitely made more of a help. He could have actually helped out on the kick return, punt return team. He could have been a really wicked slot weapon for you. He has a familiarity with the system, but like I keep telling you about Sean Payton, When you get in Sean Payton's doghouse, he don't want nothing to do with you, even though he could help you. But we keep muddling and fuddling around with these wide receivers that ain't going to do a damn thing for you but clean the windows at the practice facility. Take out a few bags of trash from the practice facility. Wash the cars or some nonsense like that. These guys won't be contributing football in any meaningful fashion at all. This Lampman kid will not help you in the active roster. He will not help you. You know, so this is just one of those sucker moves, as I call it, because this kid will not help you, and you need people that's going to help you. And Kenny Stills would have been a guy like that, or perhaps another veteran wide receiver could have helped you with so many injuries coming up on you, you know? But anyway, let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving anyway. Grant Haley, the cornerback, remember him? No, you don't remember him? Well, that's who you got on your practice squad. Never heard of him. An undersized cornerback who's a pretty decent special team player. And then, of course, Tony Jones Jr. Didn't see him at all in the entire season. Love his tough running. This kid right here should have got some play, man. Keith Washington Jr. Read that. He stayed on that practice squad the entire year. 2 games left, and he won't get an opportunity to play. Would love to have to see what this kid would have had to do, but you muddling around with Ken Crawley. All right, and then, of course, Chase Hansen, who has some potential as well. And then here's Garrett Griffin, who the Saints just brought back. Andrew Dowell, we don't know exactly what he's made out of. Cameron Tom, who I think is a pretty good offensive lineman. He hasn't gotten a chance to play, but every time injuries occur, they go with Will Clapp over Cameron Tom, which I don't know why, because Tom is better than Clapp. But I don't know. I don't get it. And there go Clapp right there. And then, of course, we got Kelvin Throckmorton, the big offensive lineman who can play several positions. He's still on there. You got Anthony Zettel, the backup defensive lineman. He didn't see not one hair or tail of anything. You got Christian Ringo. Yeah, that's right. You don't know who these guys are, and so do I. I don't know who the hell are these guys. But Christian Ringo sounds like he belonged with the Beatles or somebody. He's a defensive lineman backup with them as well. Austin Carr, of course, is there. We love Austin, right? Ethan Wolf, the tight end, is also there. And, of course, Ryan Glasgow, who was a pretty good defensive lineman for the Saints. Really like Glasgow. He stepped up and played really nice in some of the limited duty that we had. So this is your practice squad now. These are your practice squad guys. I know you're breaming with excitement over the practice squad guys. You should be, right? Look at all this star power. But anyway, let's keep it moving as the Saints signed a receiver to the practice squad by the name of Jake Lampman. You thought it was going to be Kenny Stills? Shame on you. All right, let's move on, man. Here are the Saints, and we're going to go hit you with, this is just some extra information just to hit you with about Callaway and all this other kind of stuff here. Traquan, Tommy Lee, and all the stuff that I covered before, just reinforcement of it in this article. Let's move forward, family, into the matchup as we get into our scouting report, as this is the preview between the Saints and the Vikings, and we get to our scouting report and depth chart breakdown. All right, the Vikings and, New Orleans. The Vikings receivers getting accustomed to playing high-stakes, high-intensity games against the New Orleans Saints. Here comes another one on Christmas Day. Yeah, it's kind of crazy preparing for them. It's almost feel like a divisional opponent. Thielen said it's always a difficult game. It's always a tough defense, and we always have our work cut out for us. I'm assuming that it'll be similar again on Friday. This will be the 5th meeting in 4 years, including 2 playoff games in which Minnesota scored the winning touchdown on the final play of each. A victory to allow the Vikings, who are 6-8, to celebrate the holiday by keeping alive thin hopes of sneaking into the playoffs. For the Saints, 10-4 victory will clinch the NFC South for a 4th straight season and keep alive hopes of winning the top seed in the conference if Green Bay loses its last 2 contests. The loser will head into the new year on a 3-game skid, but the Saints have the benefit of knowing they'll be in the playoffs regardless. New Orleans has double-digit wins in each of its past 4 regular season meetings, only to see the last 3 playoff runs end short of the Super Bowl with 2 losses in overtime, and the first coming on a 62-yard Minnesota touchdown as time expired in regulation. The Saints' recent wobbles beg the question whether a similar playoff disappointment is again in store, but Payton prefers to focus on why the team should be ready to take the next step. Let's hear it, Coach. He said, I love the grit and the toughness of this team. They'll come back, played their tails off the next year, got on the roll again this year, Payton said, referring to the Saints' 9-game winning streak earlier this year. It will need to be the Super Bowl for the reason to be considered successful, probably so. But you know what? That's a good measuring stick, and that gives you an indication of how organizationally the culture's changed, and we embrace that. Headed home, Justin Jefferson, the third rookie wide receiver in Vikings history to be picked for the Pro Bowl, returns to his home state after a decorated career at LSU, leads all NFL rookies with 1,182 yards and 21 receptions of 20-plus yards, and is tied for the most in the league. Jefferson has several ticket requests to fulfill from family and friends, but not as many that would be possible in a normal year given the pandemic limited attendance of the Superdome. Now, for us, it's good not going to an environment that's loud where you can't hear, Jefferson said. The circumstance this year with C-19, it is what it is. We have to bring our own energy, bring our own excitement, and come prepared. Vikings tight end Irv Smith also grew up in the New Orleans area. Extra protection. Saints quarterback Drew Brees has been trying a new type of protective vest under his jersey since returning from last week from rib fractures and a lung puncture that sidelined him for a month. Brees said he didn't find it too restrictive, noting he played with a bigger, thicker flak jacket early in his career before switching to a thinner model molded to his ribs in recent seasons. Quote, everybody comes out of the woodwork when you have rib injuries and tells you that. Hey, wear this. You can jump on a grenade. You'll be okay. End quote, Brees continued. He said the pattern he's trying out new supposedly would offer grenade blast protection, but added, I won't be the one to prove that theory. The 41-year-old Brees passed for 234 and 3 touchdowns with his new torso padding in a 32-29 loss to the Chiefs last week. He needs 154 yards to become the first QB in NFL history to pass for 80,000 career yards. How about a major accomplishment right here? You think Drew's definitely going to get that, man. He needs 154 to become the first QB in NFL history to pass for 80,000 yards. How about that? How about that? That is a major stat right there. Putting Drew way up there. Banged up, the Minnesota's young defense is coming off one of its worst performances this season in a 32-27 loss to Chicago. To make matters worse, the injuries have piled up in a shortened week. 5 defensive linemen and 3 linebackers were listed on the injury report, including middle linebacker Eric Kendricks, who has a calf issue. He's out of this one, who has missed the last 3 games. That doesn't include defensive end Danielle Hunter, who's out for the year, who's missed the entire season. Outside linebacker Anthony Barr, who was hurt in week 2. And of course, quote, you always could use some extra time when you got some injuries, end quote, Vikings coach Zimmer said. We've got to get the other guys ready to go. The Vikings have 4 sacks in the last 5 games and have allowed 28.2 points per game in that span. Cook containment. The Saints' third-ranked defense has 2 of the worst games against the run during the current 2-game skid, allowing 179 or more yards rushing in each. Now they have to contend with Minnesota's dynamic Dalvin Cook, who has 1,833 yards from scrimmage. He's fast. He makes great decisions. Defensive end Cam Jordan said he puts on the show. The last couple of games, I think we could have done a little bit better in our run game. You think? I definitely agree with that, Cam. Jordan also added, we're going to focus on that, get back to our fundamentals, get back to playing our defense that we want to play. And once you make a team one-dimensional, we can really start attacking them. And that's what it comes down to. Taking the run away and then pinning your ears back against the Vikings and tearing Kirk Cousins up in this contest. So with that being said, family, as you could tell, this is going to be interesting, man. The Vikings are banged up right now coming into this thing. They're 6 and 8 right now. They're 3-3 on the road. And the bottom line, if you take a look at what they're trying to do here, is they're trying to just merely stay alive, man. 3-game slide against the Saints, and they're hoping to kind of keep that thing going, man, for the duration. But look at some of the season the statistics right here, the team statistics. Go over a few things right quick here. As you can see right now, team statistics in the matchup. Give me just a second. Let me scroll to it. There we go. Team stats. Right here, the Saints averaging 28.4 points per game while giving up 21.2. Saints 10-4, 2-game slide. Vikings 3-game slide at 6 and 8. They averaging 26 points per game. You round it off while giving up 28 points to get you beat. They totally pass at about 402.6 yards per contest, right? That's 255 yards through the air. And look at this beautiful run total right here. They're one of the top running teams in the NFL. They average almost 148 yards per game on the ground. 148 yards per game on the ground. That's nice and balanced right there. 255 through the air, 148 on the ground. So they're pretty balanced. And that's why they're dangerous, because they got good balance here, passing and throwing. And of course, the defense can't keep up to help to do enough stops, obviously, with a lot of the injuries. Looking at the Saints had 376.4 in total yards, and they average 244.6, which is almost 245 through the air, which is about almost 10 yards shy of what the just under 10 shy of what the Vikings are doing. And the Saints run at 132 yards per contest versus 148 by the Vikings. So these are two well-running teams. The Vikings are serious about it. Zimmer is serious about running the ball, and you better believe Dalvin Cook will be in play in this matchup. Most certainly he will. All right, let's keep going right here. Look at the defense now. 386.6 is what they allow. They allow you to throw for 261.1 through the air. The Saints average 245, so they're giving up 261. We'll take it. And then they allow you to run at 126 yards per game on them. The Saints average 132. So the defense, you can throw on them and run on them. They're Civ. We just need to cut our miscues and execute. Look at our defense. Through 324 is what we're giving up. 228 through the air. And still, regardless of the multiple 100-yard games we just gave up, we're still at 95.6. Remember, we was at 75 something or other. And now we jumped 20 yards per game to 95.6 over the last two games, which is still very good as long as you keep them underneath 100. So 95.6 Saints can still resalvage and shut, but they got a big test stopping Dalvin Cook's 148 yards per game rushing attack. Let's look at some of the passing statistics here. This Kirk Cousins right here. He's 294, 435. He has almost 3,600 yards passing, 29 touchdowns and 13 interceptions on the season. Drew Brees, 234 out of 332, 2,430 yards, 21 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. It's just amazing how efficient and accurate is Drew Brees. Really amazing. 21 touchdowns, 4 picks. And of course, Dalvin Cook is their top guy right there. 297 on the carries, 1484 is what he has. He's having an excellent season. Excellent. 1484 and 15 rushing touchdowns for Dalvin Cook. He is the straw. He drives. He definitely stirs the drink for them. Our guy, Alvin Kamara, is the top rusher, 165 and 77 yards right there. 10 rushing touchdowns for Alvin Kamara. He's really, in my opinion, he's our MVP. Our team MVP is Alvin Kamara. And of course, looking at the receiver game, Justin Jefferson, the LSU product. This guy has 73. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but Justin has 73 catches, man, in his rookie year. 73 catches so far for 1,182 yards and 7 touchdowns. He's having an absolutely brilliant year for the Vikings, and we knew he would. He's terrific. Would have loved to see him in the black and gold as opposed to the purple and gold. But it is what it is, right? He went purple and gold to purple and gold, so I guess it matches, right? We had every opportunity to grab him, but hell, what I know. I'm not a genius like Peyton, right? All right, so let's go. Let's keep it moving. Alvin Kamara, 80 grabs on the season for 739 and 5 touchdowns. Kamara's just excellent, man. Awesome player. We got to get him going more in this match. Of course, we covered the injury report right here. Of course, we went over the statistics. And, of course, take a look down here. As you see, the Saints, of course, dropping the last couple of games to the Philadelphia team, 24-21, and then KC, 32-29. And, of course, you look at what the Vikings have done. They lost to Tampa Bay as well as Chicago, who is trying to get into the playoffs. So look at the NFC South standings here to your right here. As you can see, Green Bay is the top team right there, 11-3. Chicago is 7-7, really hoping that the Saints knock off the Vikings to help them out. With Vikings are 6-8 right here. We can eliminate them with a win, which we will. New Orleans is 10-4 and 1 game ahead of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa's nipping at your heels. They're nipping at your heels, man. And listen, people don't understand them. I'm telling you. But anyway, 10-4, 9-5 Tampa behind, but the Saints are in full control, hoping that Green Bay drops a couple of them. It won't work. We know, who knows? They might get sloppy and lose a couple of games. Who knows, man? But the bottom line is you had the first seed, you gave it up, so where you are is where you wanted to be, right? Okay, let's move on to the statistics, and we covered some of this early on. We talked about Cousins' number, 3,569 yards of passing offense for Kirk Cousins. Right now, averaging, he's six. Look at his completion percentage is pretty decent as well. 67.6, 8.2 yards per throw, average 266 per game as well. He has 29 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, and he's been sacked 34 times this season, which means he'll give you an opportunity to get back there and knock him on his ass, you know. So we got to get to Kirk Cousins often and frequently. Delvin Cook is the top back by far. He's having a terrific season, missing just one game this year. He's still the top back. 13 games, 297 on the attempts, 1484 on the rushes. He has 15 rushing touchdowns, 3 fumbles for 297 carries. He's just excellent, man. Excellent. They gave him the money. He's really rewarding them for that. And, of course, Alexander Mattson, who's their backup guy, who's a pretty good back. He averages 4.5 yards per carry. By the way, Cook averages 5 yards per carry. For those who just want to know that little tidbit. That little tidbit right there is that Delvin Cook averages 5 yards per rush. And you got another tough back you got to deal with. You had Miles Sanders, who put up 100 plus. Now, and then, of course, last week we had with Clyde Edwards-Helaire had 79, plus the backup back, Le'Veon Bell. He had about 50 plus yards on him. So they was getting yards right and left, and plus my homeboys was running around. But this guy, Delvin Cook, man, is also another guy that can hurt you as well. 5 yards per rush for Delvin Cook. Got to watch out here. Alexander Mattson, their backup running back, is out. He will not be in this game. And guess who's their third top back? That's right. Kirk Cookie Cut Cousins is their dude. 27 scrambles for 155. He averages 6 yards every time he scrambles away. For people don't think Cookie Cut Cousins can run and scramble, he's third on the team in scrambling to make things happen. He averages almost 6 yards every time he scrambles out of the pocket. So if you're thinking of Kirk Cousins as a statue, you better think again. He runs when he feels that he has to. No doubt about it. And of course, the top tackler on the team is Eddie Kendricks, he has 107, but he's out for this game. Harrison Smith, who is a really good safety. He's kind of missed a step the last couple of years. Not the same, but he'll knock your ass out, though. All right, and let's finish up the stat. You see Justin Jefferson right there. He's the top guy there. And then second, of course, is another dangerous receiver by the name of Adam Thielen. Remember him? 62 catches for Thielen off of 94 targets. He has 771 yards. He averaged 12.4 yards per catch, and Jefferson averages 16.2, by the way. Jefferson averages 16 yards every time he catches the ball, family. 7 touchdowns. He doesn't lose it. No fumbles, no nothing, Justin Jefferson. 73 catches out of 103 targets, 16.2 yards per catch this guy has. And he'll burn you, too. He's big, but he got speed, makes difficult catches. He's a natural. Thielen right there, 12.4, more of a possession target. But look at this, 13 catches, double digits for Adam Thielen in the matchup. So the Saints got, this is a difficult matchup with Justin Jefferson and Adam Thielen, man. These are two really tough guys. And, of course, don't forget the third best receiver for the Minnesota Vikings is Delvin Cook. He has 42 catches for 349, but he averages 8 yards every time he catches the ball. In a receiver capacity, he has 1 receiving touchdown to go with it. But he's the top running back and number 3 wide receiver. Then Rudolph, who's not going to play, but Irv Smith is right up under him. Rudolph, 28 catches, Irv, 22 catches. He's the son of former New Orleans Saints tight end back in the day, Irv Smith, who graduated from the University of Notre Dame. That's Irv's boy. So 22 catches, 282, 3 touchdowns on the season. He is a weapon you got to watch out for. He makes difficult grabs as well. He can block. And 13 yards per catch is what Irv Smith do. You know, so we have to watch out for these young, interesting receivers. And of course, you look at anybody else. Bissy Johnson is another weapon that they have that has speed. He averages 13.5 yards per catch with 8 off of 13 targets. So really, Jefferson, Thielen, Thielen, Jefferson, Irv Smith, those guys are guys you got to watch out for. And Don Beebe's son, Chad Beebe, is also on his team. He has 8 catches as well. Good slot weapon for him. And Tyler Conklin is another little rookie tight end that they got. They got pretty good little draft that the Minnesota Vikings have as they're reaching toward the future, trying to put this team together. Let's move on down to the defense. You see Kendricks is the top guy there, 107. Behind him is Eric Wilson with 106. Anthony Harris, the safety, is back there as well. Pretty good safety. He is. Jeff Gladney, the cornerback, has 73 tackles. Very productive. Harrison Smith was 72. 44 from Cam Dantzler. With another defensive back, Jaleel Johnson, has 41. Now, if you look at the sack artists for this team is not really good at stopping the pass or stopping the run, but they're opportunistic. They will sneak a pick in there. You know, they will try to make something happen on that side of things. As you know, that the top interception guy for the team is Harrison Smith. He has 4 of them. But top sacker for the team, if you didn't remember, is Yannick Ngakoue. That's right, Yannick is with the Vikings still. He has 5 of those pieces right there, 5 tackles on the seat. Well, I don't know if Yannick is still with them. I want to make sure he got traded so much. Let me make sure Yannick is still with them. Let me make sure, because I remember, he's with Baltimore. Okay, he had 5 with them. See, I thought that. I was like, hold on, Yannick got traded. He got traded twice in the same year. So Yannick is, even though he's listed as the top sacker, Yannick is not with them. He's in Baltimore now. So under Nick Bowl is has the top sacks right there, 3.5 in Eric Wilson, and DJ Wonnum is underneath him with 3 apiece. So not much going on there. And as you know, the top interceptor on the team that you have to pay attention to is, of course, the fantastic Harrison Smith. Not much speed going on there, but the dude is really smart. He knows how to position himself in the backfield to make hits on your ass. He's a guy that will lay you out. So they got to watch out for Harrison Smith, but this secondary is young and inexperienced in terms of what the cornerbacks are concerned. But if you look at what they're doing, man, they're productive in making the tackles and stuff, not so much on the turnovers. So also look out for Anthony Harris, man. Anthony Harris is a player too from the safety position. I like both those safeties for the Vikings, and Harrison Smith and Anthony Harris, by the way. Those are good. The cornerbacks are young and they need work. But there's a lot of injuries on the defense. That's why they are leaking sieve and giving up a lot of plays. And of course, you look at the return game for the team. The top returner for the team is a guy named KJ Osborne, the wide receiver, and Amir Abdullah, who's going to be a speedy off-brand running back that you see in the matchup. Because with Madison out, you're going to see Amir Abdullah, who's a speed back, option back type of guy that'll be used back there in place while Madison, who's a burly back, is out. You'll see him there. He also kick returns as well. All right, Dan Bailey's the top kicker for them. He's 14 games, 14 of 20, 70% kicking. Not that good. And their top punter is Britton Colquitt. He's a guy that's kicking 47 punts, averages about 45 yards per punt in some of that. So that's some of the statistics and what we're looking at. Now let's move on to the depth chart as we start spotlighting some of these players, so that family members would then understand what we're hitting at. All right, if you look at the top of the food chain is, of course, Cookie Cutter Cousins. He's a guy that is, if he's feeling good, man, he can make it life hell on you. And he has found Adam Thielen, which is the biggest weapon you got to watch out for. We all know about Adam Thielen. But with Stephon Diggs going to Buffalo, Justin Jefferson came in there and made them all forget about Stephon Diggs, let me tell you. Justin Jefferson has been every bit of fantastic. And spotlight these guys. Kirk Cousins, we know that we got to get to Kirk Cousins. We got to rough him up. We got to sack him. We can't let him leak out because he does tend to scramble too. Remember, 5.7 yards per scramble, almost 6 yards per scramble for Kirk Cousins when he takes off. He gets 6 yards every time, at least, according to the statistics. Delvin Cook is a guy you got to stop. Delvin Cook. He's phenomenal and not nearly, the rest of these guys. Miles Sanders is a good young running back, but he's not on Delvin Cook's level. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is a fantastic back, nowhere near Delvin Cook's level. He's on his way, but not there. Delvin Cook is an elite running back in this NFL. You're going to have to do something with him. You can't allow him to run around on you and catch the ball around. You're going to have to neutralize Delvin Cook. You're going to have to stop them from running the ball. Clear and cut. Bottom line. If anything, it'd probably be easier for the Saints to stop the run than it would be for them to stop the pass, in my opinion, being that they are holding teams to 95 yards per game, despite the last couple of games. We do get Malcolm Brown back, and I think the temperament of the defense has to shift toward it just being an anomaly, Q. That's why we lost the game against the Eagles, and you lose the one. The next day, it's such a thing about anomalies. Recognize and say, well, that's just something that just happens. No. You have to be mindful of stopping these things. They don't just happen. They happen for a reason. And the reason why is because we're not executing properly. We're not winning the line of scrimmage war. If you watch the tape of both Philly and Kansas City, we were not winning the line of scrimmage war. We were getting pushed off the line. From a defensive perspective, we wasn't getting to the quarterback nearly as much as we were supposed to. A lot of those plays we were held. The referees wasn't throwing the whistles. But right, you got to play with underneath that environment. And of course, we know that we're a Super Bowl team, so we still have to achieve through that tough environment. That's what being a Super Bowl champion is about. Beating your environment, beating your opponents, beating the cheating, funky, rotten referees to keep winning. And that's a major part of it. But neutralizing the running attack is big. I mean, astronomical in this game. That's why the Vikings are dangerous. Delvin Cook provides not only a running back threat, but he's also a wide receiver threat as well. He catches the ball like a wide receiver out the backfield, just like a Elvin Kamara does. So you have to be able to neutralize Delvin Cook as a runner. You really do. You cannot allow him to do what he do. You're going to have problems. And of course, the wide receivers, we got a healthy Jackrabbit and a healthy Lattimore. Those guys they had really good performances up against the Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers, despite the fact that the Saints lost. And that was a lot on the offense, more so on the defense, because the defense suppressed that offense of Kansas City. If we could have not punted the ball 8 freaking times in the game and converted at least one of those drives into points, we would have won the game. You know, perhaps the special team player of Alex Anzalone would have wrangled that fumble in. We'd have a touchdown there. But it is what it is in terms of that. But we just can only learn from that and move forward. Seize your opportunities. Do not let them slip through your hands like the football did with Alex Anzalone. So Adam Thielen, next on to the wide receivers. Thielen and Justin Jefferson are two guys you cannot allow to get out there and make plays against you. Justin Jefferson's a big wide receiver who has speed. He knows how to run routes. He has a good chemistry with Cousins. You're going to have to neutralize him. You got to slow him down. Adam Thielen's a guy that makes the difficult catches. He's the one that Kirk Cousins really trusts. He's the one with multiple touchdowns. He has 13 or 14 touchdowns or whatever it is. But Adam Thielen is the guy that Kirk Cousins really trusts. He goes to him a lot. You're going to have to do something with him. So watching out. So I'm putting them on screen, putting these guys here. What we got to look out. We got to neutralize this guy, stop him from running the ball, Delvin Cook. And then we have to slow down Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. These guys are guys that we must key in on. And, of course, the tight end is another option that you're going to see him go to, because Irv Smith will be a guy that Kirk Cousins will throw to when he's in trouble. So, like I said, there's 3 guys that we really need to pay attention to, and they have some other deep wide receiver slot weapons like Chad Beebe, which is Don Beebe's son, former Buffalo Bill great. His son is a really good slot option too. He's a really good slot option. So it could be an X factor for him. But listen, Cook has to be stopped. Thielen and Jefferson have to be they have to be wrangled down. And of course, keep an eye on Chad Beebe. And Irv Smith is going to be a safety valve for Kirk Cousins as well. Offensive line is banged up, as a lot of their guys are not in there. They got a bunch of guys in there that are not very good, but they do a pretty good job in blocking for Kirk Cousins for him to get rid of the ball. And they're not bad at running, as it shows that Cook is a guy that's doing pretty good. So a young offensive line, but you can take advantage of this line. The best offensive lineman is this guy right here, Riley Rafe. He's the best guy that they have. The rest of these guys are actually playing above what they're capable of, playing with a lot of confidence. So we got to be able to break that down and get back down on the Cousins as well. Now let's move on to the defense. Odin Neekbo is the top sacker on this team with, I think, 3.5 sacks or 3 sacks, something like that, but not too much to talk about. when it comes down to this team. They got a lot of injuries all over the place. Michael Pierce, Daniil Hunter, all these guys are out. So you'll get a lot of backup and reserve play from the line, which means you shouldn't sleep on them. But this defense is not very good because of all of the injuries that they occurred. So you'll see a lot of backup guys in there playing for the Minnesota Vikings, trying to get some of these guys ready. So you'll see Eric Hendrickson out. Hardy Nickerson could probably step up there and get him an opportunity to play. Eric Wilson is the second leading tackler on the team with Todd Davis, who's pretty good. He's out for this game. Barr, who's their best, probably their best linebackers, Anthony Barr. He's on IR. Mike Hughes, one of their best cornerbacks. He's on IR. So, I mean, they're missing a lot of really stellar people here in the back. And then, of course, rookies like Cameron Dantzler, who's the cornerback, and Gladney, who are two young cornerbacks, but where they're good at in the secondary, in my opinion, is Harris is a baller, and Harrison Smith will knock your brains out. He's a hitter. And Anthony Harris is a playmaker. He makes plays, so you're going to have to watch out for these guys. Harrison Smith to knock your ass off, and Anthony Harris to pick balls off, because these are two really good safeties, despite the fact the cornerbacks are young. So with that being said, Kendricks, who's their best linebacker, well, their best linebacker is Anthony Barr. And Kendricks is the middle linebacker there. He's out. So a lot of the top talent that you need, those guys are out this late in the game, and they're banged up pretty good. So there you go. And, of course, like I told you, the punter is Dan Bailey, who's about 70% kicking. Brenton Colquitt, who hits about 45 or 46 yards per punt. And, of course, the kick returner is KJ Osborne for kick return and punt return. And Amir Abdullah and Chad Beebe can also do those dudes as well. But watch out for Osborne. He has some speed on him. So with that being said, family, that's what it looks like. So let's recap this thing, man, and look at the guys we got to pencil in on, because this is their depth chart right here for tomorrow. Kirk Cousins is the guy you can't let Kirk Cousins scramble on you. You're going to have to cut him, keep him contained, and you're going to have to knock him down on the ground and frustrate him all day. Delvin Cook is a guy you cannot allow to have games like Miles Sanders and Le'Veon Bell and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You can't let that happen. You let Delvin Cook get going, you're going to lose this game. Also, Adam Thielen is a guy. You can't let Adam Thielen leak out behind you and catch difficult balls. You're going to have to stay on him, and you're going to have to watch out for Justin Jefferson, who averages 16 or so yards per catch. That's ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. Chad Beebe is a good slot option for him. Irv Smith filling in for Kyle Rudolph is still a competent tight end as well. Good young tight end that can make plays. So offensively speaking, there you go. That's the guys that you got to watch out for. We got to get pressure on their offensive line, inexperienced line. And then you look at the defense right here. Nothing much to talk about with these guys. Eric Wilson is the second top tackler on the team. And Harrison Smith is a fierce safety that'll bust you up. And Anthony Harris is a really good safety that gets interceptions. He sees the field really well. So there you go, family. That's what it is. So quick recap of everything that we done covered. In the Saints injury report early on, we started it off by covering the injury report. Traquan Smith, of course, put on the IR for today. He's out for the rest of the season. We'll see if they bring him back, in 2 weeks. I don't know. Andrews Pete is questionable, although I think he plays. You look at Nick Easton is officially out for this game. He should be back for the Carolina game. Marcus Williams is out on a short week with that ankle situation from the last game in Kansas City. Carl Granderson is good to go after dealing with a neck. Malcolm Brown, who's dealing with shoulder and calf. Now it's just calf. He was listed as questionable. I'm thinking he should play. Trey Hendrickson is another guy that has a neck issue. Was limited for Tuesday and Wednesday and was shut down for Thursday. I don't know what that means, but he's listed as questionable, which means, in my opinion, I think Trey Hendrickson still plays, man. It'll take a lot for him not to play the way he's been playing this season. He wants to finish out. He got 2 games left, and Hendrickson wants to prove people that he can complete an entire season. And I think he plays because of that. And, of course, here's the Minnesota Vikings injury list. Eddie Kendricks is out for this game, their top linebacker. Rudolph, their best tight end, is out. Troy Dye, the other linebacker, he's out. Jalen Holmes, another defensive lineman, he's out. Questionable is Armand Watts, who's a defensive lineman. He's questionable. Doubtful is Todd Davis. I say he won't play either. Alexander Madison, a big bullback, is out with a concussion. He won't play as well. And of course, you'll see Hercules Matafa, Jaleel Johnson, who might start, and of course, Afidi Ananibo is their best and top sacker. Those guys fully practiced. They'll be good to go. Cameron Dantzler will play as well after dealing with a foot issue. And fullback CJ Ham is questionable. He was limited, so I'm thinking he'll probably play to help block for Delvin Cook. Of course, and then we covered this. We went to the Saints announcement about the roster moves for day, and that starts off by saying Saints announced following roster moves for today. They activated quarterback Jameis Winston from the C-19 list. He's good to go. They also activated wide receiver Marquez Callaway from the injury reserve. He's good to go. They signed off the practice squad Austin Carr to the active roster. They waived Tommy Lee Lewis and Patrick Omame. Then they placed Traquan Smith on the IR and then elevated Jordan to the active roster from the practice squad. LaJordan Humphrey is activated for the game against the Vikings as well. So a lot of moving around for the Saints. And not only that, but the Saints did sign a wide receiver today. No, it wasn't Kenny Stills. It was, that's right, Jake Lampman. That's right. Jake Lampman will take care of it all. He like Chip Falstar. Jake Lampman will take care of it all. He sounds more like a lawyer than he does a football player. And, and I can see myself doing the spots for his lawyer firm. You want us to shine a light on it? Get Jake Lampman. He'll shine a light on it. All right, but anyway, Jake Lampman ain't shining a light on nothing except for the practice squad. He was signed, dealt with the Saints back in 2016. He bounced around a lot. And the Saints say, hey, let's bring him to the practice squad. And, of course, a lot of people wanted to see Kenny Stills there, who was also looking at, coming back. But, of course, like I told you, he left here wrong. And, no amount of I'm sorry is going to bring it back. So they rather go with a guy named Jake Lampman than to go with Kenny Stills, even if it wasn't Kenny Stills. I mean, you could have got another veteran that could have helped you in some capacity, man. Come on, man. Some capacity, but it is what it is. So that's pretty much what it was. And, of course, we went over the practice squad. This is what your practice squad looked like. Dig all these superstars. Trevor Siemian at the top. Jake Lampman right there running around. And, of course, you got Grant Haley, the cornerback. Yeah, you never heard of him? All right, then. All right, and then there's Tony Jones Jr., the rookie running back out of Notre Dame. That's Keith Washington Jr., the rookie out of West Virginia, who's there on the practice squad. Chase Hansen, who had, I think 1 or 2 periods when he was on the active roster for the linebacker position. He's on the practice squad. Garrett Griffin was signed back. Andrew Dowell, I don't know what he can, he do, but remember you lost Joe Bessie to the Eagles. Cameron Tom is also on there on the practice squad along with Will Clapp, Kelvin Throckmorton, Anthony Zattel, who's a veteran defensive end. You never seen him. You seen this guy, Christian Ringo from the Bengals, from the Christian Ringo from the Beatles or somebody. I mean, you never seen this dude. And of course, there's Austin Carr running around, and Ethan Wolf, the tight end, and big Ryan Glasgow, who actually did pretty good when the Saints played him in limited action. I like what Glasgow did. I don't know why we didn't see him in the last couple of games when Malcolm Brown out. That to me was really funny. Glasgow looked good. He should have played in those games when we didn't see Malcolm Brown. Anyway, let's keep it going. And this pretty much is the same list right here on this next article. That's just briefing you on pretty much what we covered. And of course, we went over the breakdown. We went over the statistics about who's scoring what and who doing what and how they doing it and when they doing it and all this kind of old stuff. How many points are the Saints putting up per game, as you can see, and would it be a good route to attack the Minnesota defense? As you can see, my thing is this team, you can throw on them and you can run on them. They're a civ defense, but you still got to cut the miscues out. You got to use the power of your own passing game and not making the turnovers, not having any turnovers, not having any problems or issues. And it's not so much with the Saints turnovers. You know what I'm saying, family? It's not so much that we turning the ball over a great deal. We're not. We're not turning over a lot. We're just not executing properly. That's what we ended in so many of these drives. We had 8 punts against the KC Chiefs. That's way too many punts for offense as good as our offense. That's way too many punts. Way too many. That means we're not executing. We're not calling the right plays. We're not doing something right offensively speaking, and we have to rectify that going into the
We got to remedy that. We got to definitely remedy that going into these last couple of games. You can't carry that kind of dysfunction into the playoffs. Your ass going to get marched out there the first matchup. You got to know what you're doing, and you got to do it confidently. It's too much time has elapsed from the start of the season when we was fumbling around the first week, second week, third week, fourth week, fifth week, sixth week. We supposed to know which plays work and which don't. Eliminate those that don't from the playbook, not keep regurgitating them. So, I mean, we got to get this fixed moving forward. We also talked about the statistics and what these players look like, and then broke down the depth chart. So, man, listen, I done talked for a whole goddamn hour. I done talked for a whole damn hour passionately. Hey, that's what we do here on the Sports Corner, right? That's what we do. All right, big ups to the family members in this piece, man. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all for being here. We hit right on 61 minutes. Look, fam. So that's the breakdown, in my opinion. Now, listen. I know it's Christmas Eve. Happy holidays to all the great Saint Tank out there. And nothing more than the Who Dat Nation to get the gift of a win from the Pelicans and the Saints tomorrow will be great. As you guys spend time with your family, friends, and loved ones. And listen, it's terrific. But anyway, listen, we're going to go to break right quick. I'm going to sip some drink. I talk for a whole damn hour. That ain't nothing new. I always do that, right? That ain't nothing new. But big ups to the family members in this piece, man, on this Christmas Eve edition of the Sports Coma Saints versus the Vikings preview. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back on the other side of the break, I'm going to open up the phone lines. Well, should I say phone lines? I think probably the chat. We'll do the chat. We'll do the chat because I can get a lot more y'all in on the chat. I'm going to be a little bit more disciplined in moving people along and not having people waiting so long to get in on the show. Like the Iceman chimed in the other day. He was like, yeah, Q, I couldn't get in for a call the first day, the second day. I finally got in on the third day. I don't want it to be like you calling the some bureaucracy you can't get through. So I'm going to try to do a better job of expediting people through the line and so we can get more people on the line. So big ups to the family members, man. In this piece, I'm going to give a shout out to all the family members I didn't give a shout out to. Please hit upon the like button, family. If you hadn't hit the like button right now. So big ups to Brock Pace. What's up, Brock? Who that to you as well, family? Good to see you. John Thompson, who that to you? Let's see. Anthony, who that to you? Anthony Reich, who that to you? In the building, big ups to you, fam. Tramal Kellop, who that to you? William Dickerson, who that to you? Tyra, what's up, Tyra, baby? Who that to you? And Merry Christmas to you. All right, let's see who else. Original Hot Boy, 504, who that to you as well, fam? Thank you. Gundam, who that to you as well? Good to see you there, fam. I see you. Big ups to you. Revolt Control, what's up, Revolt? Who that to you? What's up, Troy? Troy Thompson, who that to you? Troy, big ups to you, fam. All right, who else we got there as well? B Jizzle, what's up, B Jizzle? What's happening, fam? Good to see you in the chat, my brother. 504 Hot Boy, who that to you? All right, Abraham, what's up, Abe? Who that to you as well? Dada in the building. Big ups to you, Dada. And all the Black and Gold family members in this piece. Much love to you guys. Thank y'all for being here on the show. So I'm like Elite. I see you, Elite. Who that to you, Elite Goods? Mr. Realist 95 as well. Big ups to you and the family members. And if I miss you, give me a who that, and I'll make sure I give you a who that back. Ramsey, who that to you, Ramsey? Ramsey, who that to you? And Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you, my friend. Appreciate you. All right. So, family, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back on the other side of the break, if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, put them in the chat. I'm going to drop the link for the chat so you can chime in and give your thoughts and analysis on what we need to do to come up with a win, what we need to do to break the 2-game losing streak. Why do you guys feel like while we're currently in a losing streak, and what we need to do to get rid of it? So when I get back from the other side of the break, please chime in. And when we drop the link, and I promise you I'll do a better job of kind of expediting stuff in the line. So much love to you. I'll be right back.
HomeBistro.com. Freshly prepared, home delivered, restaurant quality gourmet meals delivered straight to your home. Choose from over 50 plus gourmet meal options cooked by world-class chefs and delivered frozen, ready to eat within minutes and no commitment. Welcome to the One Shop Gourmet Food Delivery, specializing affordable options to eat right and feel great. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Every ingredient is handpicked to the highest standard. And why you should buy from Home Bistro? homebistro.com. Restaurant quality made with natural ingredients delivered right to your door. Overnight shopping is available. Diabetic, paleo, heart health, and vegetarian options to eat. Doing business since 1999. Courteous, knowledgeable, and professional support. Complete PCI compliant SSL security ordering and great meals. Choose from some of my favorite dishes: the Mediterranean chicken with orange honey sauce, the charbroiled chicken romesco, or the grilled chicken breast with sweet and spicy vegetables. No matter what you choose, you can't lose with homebistro.com. Eat great, feel good, and save some money with homebistro.com. Hit the link in the description section below for more information. Located in Henderson, Nevada, bulksupplements.com supplies over 400 pure nutritional supplements, ingredients to hundreds of thousands of consumers and manufacturers. All of their products are available from grams to metric tons through their online store at bulksupplements.com. Orders received 4 noon Pacific Standard Time ship the same day. Their FDA registered CGMP manufactured and distributing facility has a staff over 60 full-time employees that take pride in providing excellent customer service and producing quality products for their customers. The wellness of the community is of the utmost importance to Bulk Supplements. It's dedicated to maintaining all health code and government regulation. Each supplement is tested in their in-house laboratory before distribution, ensuring that all products are safe for consumption. For any additional testing, they utilize reputable and vetted US-based independent labs. Customer service is available 7 days a week from 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time through live chat, phone, and email. Bulk Supplements products are produced in an FDA registered and inspected manufacturing facility. So if you want quality supplements at a quality price, Bulk Supplements is the company for you. Bulk Supplements, clean and pure bulk supplements. Check the link in the description section below for more information. TheWhoThatDaily.com. That's right, TheWhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, TheWhoThatDaily.com is your site. TheWhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. Who That family, check out the Pro Shop. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform stores where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. So check out the Pro Shop and Who That too. tank. We in this tank. Who that to the black and gold family members, man? What's happening out there? Big ups to the family members. Thank y'all for chiming in on this installment of the Sports Coma. We are in the building. That's right, we rocking up in here, man. It's Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, man. We in here rocking and rolling on the Great Saint Day. Big ups to the family members, man. What's happening with you? How y'all doing? Hit the like button, family. And please feel free. Thank you, Jim Care, for posting the links, man, in the chat. Much love to your family. Thank y'all. Y'all hit upon some of those links as well, especially the Pro Shop. It helps out the platform. It helps out the platform a lot when you purchase merch from the Pro Shop. That goes back into the platform. And that's some of the family members that have been following the platform for years now, seeing the differences that the platform has been taking. Because when you give a damn, you do better. You know what I mean now? When you serious about something and you doing it the right way, you're not gonna give it some cheap stuff. You're gonna put everything that you got and then some into it. And people can tell when you putting stuff into it because people say, man, Q, you're doing it, you're doing this thing, you know. And that's why I say I thank all of you guys, because y'all see everything we get. We did filter it back into the platform, and that's why things are exploding and getting better and better. Big ups to the family members. Thank y'all for being in this joint. Jordan, who that to you? Big ups to you as well. And all of the family members. Freddie, what's up, Freddie? Who that to you as well, man. Big ups to all the family members. Thank y'all. Tyrese, what's up, fam? Good to see you in the chat as well. And this thing. Big ups to the family members, man. This was an interesting breakdown, man, because there's an ugly history between the Vikings. I covered it a few shows ago. We talked about the Saints and the Vikings going back into the playoff runs, man. A lot of ugly, stinking, rotten history between the Saints and the Vikings. And we ended up on the bad side of a lot of those playoff matchups, going way back to the very first one back in '87. I remember that, thinking that the Saints was going to handle business. We scored first, and then the game finished up 42-10 in the Dome. It was something like that. And after that, the Vikings kind of had our number up to a point. And that if you're a person of history, then you know that the Minnesota Vikings, when the Saints and the Minnesota Vikings get together, you can just draw out the record, because those two teams really don't. It's almost like they're a division rival. You know what I'm saying? We shouldn't be playing them that much, to be honest with you. The NFL usually cycles these divisions around, and you play the divisions every 4 years or so. But the Minnesota Vikings, you played them like they were a freaking like they were a divisional foe. You're seeing them a lot lately. And that's not supposed to be the case. But I see what the NFL schedule makers are trying to do. They see a rivalry between the Vikings and the Saints, and we want to take care of business. We got to. We're better than the Vikings. We are. We were better than the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to say it. And people say, Q, I don't know. No, we are better than the Kansas City Chiefs. We're better than the flipping Eagles. We're better than the Packers. We're better than the Raiders. We're better than all these teams that we lost to. We were. And we lost to them because we shot ourselves in the foot, because we didn't execute. We made too many mistakes. And we didn't live up to what we were, as great as what we were. And when you do that, you're going to lose to the opponent. You got to bring it. And we didn't bring it in those matchups, and we have to fix it. We got to bring it for the rest of the year. We can't go back and move history and change it. But what we can do is we can fix the present for the future. We can't change the past. We don't have that power. But we do have the power to do what we can fix what we do in the present, which will affect the future. So with that being said, we got to execute, and we got to handle business. Bottom line, against the Minnesota Vikings, 2 straight losses. We ended out with a good Christmas win. The Great Saint Think Tank family members will be happy. Minnesota people won't be so happy, because the Christmas gift will be a big, giant, stinking lump of coal in the Vikings' purple stocking, as they are then eliminated out of the playoff race. So, y'all, I hope y'all bought good presents for your loved ones, because what the Saints going to deliver the Minnesota Vikings as is a big, stinking piece of coal for you. Thank you very much. And not only that, too, but the big piece of coal, but also the gift of playoff elimination. We got ya. So we're going to knock them off. So big ups. All right, VD Saints lady. Thank you, baby. Thank you, VB Saints lady. Good to see you in the chat, fam. Appreciate you. She says, Merry Christmas, Big Q, and who that? Go Saints, and God bless. All right. Thank you, VB Saints lady. Thank you. And all those warm wishes go right back to you, my friend. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your super chat. All right, family, we about to get going here and chime in, man. and drop a few things. We got a few people lined up here on the chat. We got, let's see who we got up first. And we got Brother Jerry, all right, Brother Jerry, the Iceman, Trey Joseph, Jordan Kinchin, and Madge Prime. We're going to start off with Brother Jay. We're going to bring Brother Jay up in this thing. Brother Jay, welcome to the show, my friend. One more time, Brother Jay, so they can hear you.
Everybody, Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas to you too, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Big Q. How about yourself, brother?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. I'm talking to the great Saint Think Tank, bro. I couldn't do no better, bro. I'm good to hear from you, Brother Jay. I'm waiting to hear what you got to say tonight, brother, about the game. I'm ready for Brother Jerry's predictions. Let's hear what he got.
Well, before I get into that, Big Q, once again, shout out to everybody that's in the chat, to you and your families and your friends. Merry Christmas to each and every one of y'all. I love each and every one of y'all so much, and ain't nothing y'all can do about it. Thank you so much for everything.
Brother Jay. Same, bro. Same to you, bro.
I love each and every one of y'all. Ain't nothing y'all can do about it. God bless each and every one of y'all. I love y'all.
Right back to you, my brother.
Now on to this game for Friday. I did promise I was gonna come on here and give my prediction. And we already done covered everything we need to cover up to get ready for this game on Friday. About the breakdowns from you, Big Q, from everybody's breakdowns in the chat, to my breakdowns in the chat and on the stream. Hopefully if everything goes well according to plan on Friday, we got this game on lock on Friday, on Christmas Day. Because the only thing that we're going to do is give these Minnesota Vikings the offensive extension New Orleans Saints style. All we got to do is run the football, make big plays, get off to a fast start, and score as many points as the Saints can. Because, once again, we can't take these Vikings lightly. They owe us some big games over the years. I'm not even going to get into it. I'm ready for Friday. I'm ready for Christmas Day. I'm not going back to 2018. I'm not going back to earlier this year. I'm focused on now. And all we got to do is beat the Minnesota Vikings and send their asses back up to Minnesota, not only with a loss, but knock their ass off a playoff contention. Because I don't want to see them in the playoffs. No more. No more.
Yeah, loving it. Brother Jerry, you're on point, bro. You don't want to see it, and that's the point, bro. We're going to take care of business. Eliminate it.
Yes, sir. Look, listen. This is the night. This is towards the night before Christmas, and all through the Superdome. Now the creature was staring. Not even these Vikings coming into this to the Superdome. Because all we're gonna do is put a foot all up in their ass on Christmas Day, and that's gonna be the Christmas present that not only me but everybody will receive.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now, my prediction for this game, Big Q, and my prediction, Who Dat Nation, is this. I got the Saints winning this game 35-14.
35-14. All right.
That's my prediction to this game.
Sound good.
For Christmas Day. Yes, sir. And like we said before, we cannot do all these cute plays. We cannot, especially with these screen passes. We got to cut that shit out. We really got to cut these screen passes completely out, because once again, these screen passes and these cute plays, especially against this tough Minnesota team, you can't fuck around with these guys. You cannot mess around with these guys, because ain't no telling what they got up their sleeve. You saw what happened when we played Kansas City. Y'all saw what happened when we played Philadelphia. Prime example. because we don't know what this team got up their sleeve. That's why we got to bring it. We got to bring our A game like we always have on Christmas Day. We got to execute. We got to play fundamental football. We got to go back to basics to running aggressive, make big passing plays, make the defense do all the work because I already know the defense got this Viking offense completely on lock. So we gotta make big plays on offense, defense, and special teams. And Alex Azalone, if you're listening, please, for the love of God, when the ball goes into the end zone, scoop that bad boy up and keep it under your arms and go for the touchdown if it happens. Don't go for the safety. Go for the touchdown, bruh. Go for the touchdown.
All right, brother
Cause I
Jerry.
hate, unlike Thor, I will get a hammer and crack your skull if you do that again. I will get a hammer and crack your skull.
All right, brother Jerry. Thank you, man, for
That's
chiming.
my prayer. That's my prayers right there.
All right. Well, brother Jerry, thank you, man, for chiming in, bro. Thank you for that great prediction as well, brother Jerry. Always interesting and entertaining, man. I appreciate you stopping by, my brother. Thank you.
You're more than welcome, Big Q. And once again, Merry Christmas to you and your families and your friends. And Merry Christmas to everybody that's in the chat. Once again, Merry Christmas to each and every one of y'all. I hope everybody is having a great time drinking your eggnog, eating some good food, drinking some good drink. Whatever y'all doing, y'all have a ball. But remember, we all in this together as one. So thank God for each and every one of y'all. So y'all have yourself a good night, and hopefully you have a good day on Christmas Day, opening your gifts, opening your presents with your families and everybody. And I'm gonna do the same with mine. But the biggest present we're gonna open up tomorrow is putting the foot in Minnesota Vikings ass. That's the biggest Christmas present a Saints fan will receive. Not only, like I said, not only we're gonna give them a loss, but we're gonna send their ass back to Minnesota and not see them in the playoffs this year.
All right.
So, ho, Merry Christmas, everybody! Merry Christmas to each and every one of you.
All right, brother Jerry. Thank you, man. Thank you. And who that to you? Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and the whole family, bro. Appreciate you. Who that for life?
Same to you, Big Q. Who that for life? Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays.
Thank you, brother Jay Pre. That's brother Jay, man, dropping by, man. Brother Jay, man, he know how to start the party, don't he? Brother Jay know how to start the party, man. I appreciate brother Jerry so much, man. Really do. Had the great Saint think tank, the Sports Coma. Much love to brother Jerry and all the stuff that he brings, man. He's a terrific person, man, with a lot of good energy, man. Always good to see brother Jay in this piece. All right, who we got coming up next? We got the Iceman. We got the Iceman followed by Trey Joseph. We got Jordan Kinchin. We got Madge Prom. We got Freddie. Freddie on the back end. I see all y'all family. Y'all be patient. I'm going to get to every one of y'all. We're going to bring in the Iceman. Iceman, welcome to the show, my friend. Can you hear me, Iceman? Uh-oh, we look like we lost the Iceman. All right, look like we lost the Iceman. We're going to bring in Trey. Trey, welcome to the show, bro.
Hey, welcome. What's up, Q?
How you
Happy
doing, my brother?
holidays to you and yours, man. I'm
Same
doing
to
great,
you, bro.
man.
Same to you, bro. Who that to you? Welcome to the stream.
I ain't gonna start off like Jerry. Man. We gotta learn from history. I don't. That's the only thing I don't have issue with Jerry saying. Man. We gotta learn from history. Like, I want to destroy the Vikings. Like, I don't want to just win the game by 3 points. I want to destroy them and send them packing. I would return that favor they gave us last year when we went home on their accord. I want a showing of domination like we did at Tampa Bay. Because we can do it. It was possible, as exhibited by the Tampa Bay game. We can be dominant and we can control the tempo of the game. It's just up to Sean Payton, our head coach, to apply a different philosophy of one that does not carry his ego and chokes the team. It chokes the team every time. he doesn't run the football, and it's just like, oh, it's like running into a brick wall or talking to a brick wall. I don't know, one of the two. It's just like, oh man.
So
But I think as long as we run the football, we'll be fine. That's such a consensus in the chat. Was like, I was talking to Inevitable and Kevin. They were saying like, if we just run the ball, we'll be fine. But it's up to Sean Payton, and he's a gambler, and he's gambling with our franchise and our Super Bowl this year. And I don't want to be a part of this, man. Like, my bad, Keith. I tried to get it off. That's how I feel, man. Like, I feel like we plus and Russian roulette with our Super Bowl, and we can go a completely different route and just not smooth sailing because a Super Bowl is a very difficult road, but it would be a lot less stressful if we just went to the left instead of trying to gamble in Las Vegas to the right. I hope that makes sense.
well, I mean, yeah, it definitely does, Trey. I mean, I understand, bro, what you're saying, but I mean, that's just what it is when it come down to Coach Payton, bro. You know, you get that highfalutin offense, but at the same time, you got to get everything that come with him, and he's gonna get carried away. What he does, he gets carried away. He's gonna get carried away with the passing game. We've been watching this dude for years, man. This guy been here
Yeah.
for over 10 years, man, and he don't change too much. I mean, originally early on with the first Super Bowl, he was running the ball because Tom Benson was there. And when he started passing it too much, Tom Benson called him in that office, told him, Sean, you need to run the ball. He ran it. But there is no checking
Mhm.
going on like that nowadays. And Sean Payton has
Oh
got
man.
to a point where he runs it the way he want to run it. And even, and listen, like I've said before, and this will reign true to the end of time, Sean Payton would rather lose or win games his way as opposed to listen to you and do it your way. That's just what it is. He
No.
know he's supposed to run the
No.
ball. You don't think this the first time? It been years we've been yelling at him to run the ball more, run the ball more, run the ball more. He don't listen. Some games when he get the pressure goes up too high, like that Detroit game early in the year when they was losing them back to back
Mhm.
games, and then the pressure built up on him, and then he just
He
was
ran
forced to
it.
run the ball. So it works from time to time when the pressure's built. But another thing, it has to be the pressure of the Who Dat Nation as a collective to keep the pressure on him. Is not enough pressure, in
Oh,
my opinion, applied by the Who Dat Nation, and we responsible
I
for the
came at
losses
him.
of a lot of this.
Yes,
You
sir.
got to
On
put the
Twitter, I came at him
you
on
got to put
both the
pressure on him.
losses.
Yeah, you got to put pressure on him. You got to. Hey, how are we gonna sit up here and let him make it like that? Look how Philadelphia, and I keep telling people, Philly got it right. Philly, the guy won a Super Bowl in 2017. They got pressure on Philly. That's how you do. You don't let, because those guys sit up there and they get complacent. Just because they're saying, okay, in the history of the Saints organization, there was success. And before Sean Payton got here, not nearly the success that Sean Payton had since then. But since he's accomplished that success, that intel gives him the ability to go to be above reproach. And see, that's wrong. That's not the right way to consider or see anything. You know, if he's the head coach of the team and he's doing stuff that's not fundamental, because we're basing it, if it was a Bible and there was a book, and
Screen Depot.
right, if it was, are you screening too much? Are you screening? He is screening too much. And the issue is, we've never
You
been
can't
this
screen
heavy
without the
screen,
run.
bro.
How are you gonna screen without running the football?
It
That
take
doesn't. That literally. That doesn't make any sense.
well, I mean, he's going to do it regardless. It's Sean Payton. And they're going to tell you that Sean Payton will know more than you. And that Sean Payton continues to fall through the flow and not get victories. They're going to continue to protect him even harder. It's crazy. It's like Stockholm Syndrome to a degree. Just because you got a certain amount of success do not give you the ability to be beyond reproach. Who said that? Who created that rule? Why do you think like that? That's brainwashing. That's mind control for you to protect somebody like that. You supposed to, nobody ain't of reproach. Me, you, nobody. Everybody, or it can be asked questions. Everybody can be questioned, and it's not based on what you're doing. With your with the skill set most offense coordinators or coaches are built on is fundamental football. The best ones that carry the day, that win a lot of games, do it fundamentally. Now he spars off that bit, but the issue with Sean Payton is he's innovative to a degree, but still the stubborn and the arrogantness is that he doesn't realize that most of the NFL is caught up to these screenplays. Yeah, he
It's
consistently
because of
he keeps
LSU,
running
dude.
that.
LSU ruined our offense. I swear, like winning that championship cost the Saints their offense because everybody it was on display for the entire world because the LSU run was so dominant, and they always highlighted Joe Brady coming over from the Saints and applying our offense and changing it completely. And I feel like that's why Sean Payton's struggling so much because his whole playbook got put on blast in front of the entire world. It wasn't, and NFL, it's just not just college. The NFL watches college to find their scouts, so they're gonna see that and pick apart every little thing why LSU was so successful and apply it to the motion of the New Orleans offense. And aside from that, I think the X factor for this game is going to be a pressure on Kirk Cousins. If we can get him uncomfortable in the pocket, he'll collapse, and the whole offense was. Like, if we stop the run, and then he's forced. If we make Kirk Cousins force us, we've tried that formula and we lost. Of course, we lost, but the formula to win is put pressure on Kirk Cousins and force him to beat us. Don't let Dalvin Cook beat us, which I don't think he will because we'll have 8 in the box. We were just so scared of KC that we had to give that up to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who's a great running back, like in his own right. And then you have Le'Veon Bell coming behind him, like that's ridiculous. I'm gonna get off the line, Q. I appreciate you letting me coming on the show. Who that to the Who that family.
Thank you, Trey. Appreciate you, bro. Happy holidays to you, my friend, and who that to
Happy
you.
holidays.
Thank you, bro. All right, that's young Trey Joseph chiming in that thing. Big ups to Trey as well. We got the rest of the family members chiming in. We got Jordan coming up next. Den Madge Prime, brother Freddie, and Uncle Paulie is there as well. So we'll bring them guys in momentarily. Speaking, I just want to give a shout out to all the family members in the Great Saint Think Tank chat right there. Much love to y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Much love to everybody there. And the thing about like what we talk about with Coach Payton. Coach Payton, that's the thing right there. That's one of the things that I really struggle with Coach Payton. You know, the issue is, you know, what are we looking at? You know, are we learning what we're supposed to learn? It's what I kept asking. Are we learning anything from doing this every week? And I'm like, my thing is, I look at things, I'm like, man, you know, we kind of having the same offensive struggles that we had back in weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You know, we struggling a bit on this thing, you know, and you know, and at this point of the year, a lot of that's supposed to be gone. We're supposed to know what we're doing right now, you know, and that's why I asked myself, and you know, I'm like, why are we punting the ball 8 times? And you know, that happened against Philly when we were 6 or 7 punts. And why we punt so much? Why is our offense struggling to score? Why are we starting off the first quarter struggling as bad as what we are struggling? Why are we, you know, and that kind of stuff? I ask because you're not going to go in the playoffs and win if is that what you're doing? I'm saying, listen, we got to fix that. We can't do that, man. Goodness gracious. We can't do that. We can't operate with that kind of offense, man. We can't. We got to figure it out. Jordan, welcome to the show, bro. Jordan Kitchen on the line. Welcome to the live stream, my friend.
What's up, Big Q?
How you doing, brother?
Nothing. Just chilling.
Welcome to the show, bro. What's on your mind today, bro?
Nothing. I just can't wait for tomorrow. Like we will. I have a feeling we will destroy the Vikings.
Okay.
Because the Saints are capable of destroying teams with the run game, which Sean Payton do not do at all. Like, come on, Sean Payton. Like, just like in the Chiefs game, I hate the referees at the bottom of my heart. I hate the referees. The referees always cheat for the other team, and guess what? They cheat so the Buccaneers can come back and steal the division, which I think won't happen. You don't understand what I'm saying, Q?
Yeah, hey, that's why you haven't clinched. I've been trying to tell people that a lot of people get it, some people don't.
Well, like, this is the key to the victory. We need our run game. We need to put pressure on Kirk Cousins. We need to put pressure on Kirk Cousins. Our first key is to stop Dalvin Cook, because you can't let him run through our defense like that. And Sean Payton, please stop running screens, man. Please. Please stop running screens. That be making me mad, man. Stop running screens. It's not cool. Like, our offense still explosive. Like, I don't matter if they mess up or not. I still love my Saints. My Saints are going to the Super Bowl this year. Just like I kept on saying in the chat. Saints are going to the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Chiefs and the Saints in the Super Bowl. I guarantee you.
Little revenge, huh?
Yep, the Saints going to the Super Bowl, and a lot of people picking against the Saints right now, like especially Brandon Marshall. Oh, ooh, I hate him so bad, man. Brandon Marshall. Like I heard y'all talking about him in the chat yesterday, and I was watching one of his videos. He was all over the Saints. He was talking about the Saints. Like, what is wrong with these people, man? Even how we're and Stevens A. I be watching Stevens A. List, and he took us out of his list. So, like a lot of people are bandwagon. But I hope the Saints destroy the heck out of the Vikings, though. Vikings are garbage. Like you know what I'm saying, Big Q?
Right. I follow you on that, bro. We got to take them down, bro. That they can't stop anybody. You can run and throw on them, but unfortunately, we got to stop them. You're right. We got to stop Delvin Cook. We got to stop Jordan Jefferson, Adam Thielen. We got to get Cousins on the ground. You're right.
Yeah, and my score is I think we're gonna put a 40 on them. We're gonna put it's gonna be 42-10. That's my prediction. 42-10.
42-10. All right, Jordan. Man, that's good. Man, that's not only knocking them down in the ground, that's beating them in the ground and then eliminating them on top of that. So I mean, and then we clinch too after knocking them off. So we get two gifts. We get to eliminate them, we clinch and beat them down, everything, bro. That's perfect.
Yeah, this is my first time on the show. Like I've been trying to get in the show, but I be joining the show too late because like I be sleeping all day. I actually play football myself.
Okay.
I used to play football myself. Let me show you my face. I actually play football myself.
Okay. What's your position? What you play, Jordan?
Wide receiver.
Okay. Who's your favorite wideout, man? Who you like?
Michael Thomas.
That was a dumb question, wasn't it?
Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas, bro. I like his toughness, man. I like his toughness for real.
All right.
You don't have to be that fast. You just gotta be intelligent, smart.
Right.
That's what you gotta be.
Well,
that's why I like the wide receiver. I'm glad I'm talking to you though, cause like that's a lot. When we lost to the Chiefs, there was a lot I had to say about the Saints, about Sean Payton. I was saying like we had number chances in the Chiefs game, number chances. We could have beat that team, man. Sean Payton want to struggle on the offense too much. Why we just don't run the ball, run the dang clock down, and we could if I hate Anzalone right now because why in the world he did that? Why you just didn't pick the ball up? Why?
Yeah, he made a mistake, bro. He got a little too excited. His eyes got big, and he ran over there and knocked it out by mistake. And you know he made a big mistake. He was a little too over anxious to make a play, and that happened from time to time. And we was just on the wrong side of it. But I guarantee you, from the next time around, he gonna make sure he get that play. I promise that. He gonna do it the right way next time. I promise you that much.
Big Q, how your day going, bro? How everything going in how everything going, man?
Doing good, bro. Everybody well, bro. Everybody good, bro. You know, I'm talking to the Great Saint Think Tank, bro. You know, I'm always happy when I'm talking to the Great Saint Think Tank about the Saints, bro. You know, that's what I'm talking about. That's awesome to me. You know what I'm saying? But how you and your family doing, Jordan? Everybody good? Getting ready for that Christmas feast and everything?
Yeah, like most of my family is Cowboy fans.
Oh man.
Yeah, cause me and my brother, the only Saints fan. Me, my brother, and one of my cousins, the only Saints fans down here. On my dad's side of the family, I have a lot of Saints fans. But on my mama's side of the family, I have they have number Cowboy fans, and I'm the only Saints fan.
Damn. Well, I'll tell you what, you're the only one smiling, aren't you? They ain't smiling at all right now. You should be smiling and talking
they
mess
are
to them.
Saints. They are Saints haters too, cause like,
oh man, of course,
they are Saints haters, man. Cause I'm supposed to be going to their house tomorrow. One of my friends in their house tomorrow. They go for the Cowboys, so they're gonna be going against the Saints. They want the Saints to lose tomorrow.
That's all right. Just be smiling the whole way, donned in your black and gold. Just be smiling the whole way.
I love my Saints, regardless of what they do. Scratch the record. The Saints are the best team in NFC to me. They're still the best team, even though they had a bad record. They still the best team in the NFC to me. They always will be my team till the day I die.
Black and gold till I'm dead and cold, baby. That's what we say in the Great Saint Think Tank and the Who Dat Nation, bro. And you one of them, Jordan. But Jordan, bro, I appreciate you chiming in, my brother. I got a few other people behind you.
All right.
But listen, man, appreciate you chiming in, young brother, and keep doing what you're doing, man. Real positive stuff coming from you, bro. And keep calling, bro. Keep calling in the show.
Merry Christmas, bro. Merry Christmas to you and your family, bro. God bless y'all.
Same to you, young brother. Thank you, and God bless you and the family, and much success with your endeavors, my friend. Who that?
Who that to you?
All right, appreciate you, Jordan. Jordan, a good young brother, man. Good to see the Great Saint Think Tank. Like I tell you, man, we get the best young people, man, that you could possibly imagine. That's a part of the Great Saint Think Tank, man. They polite, they intelligent, they critical thinkers. Let me tell you something, man. These young people are absolutely awesome. Rush Hour, thank you, family. Appreciate the super chat. Says happy holidays to you and the family. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you, Rush Hour. Much love to you, bro. Appreciate you. All right, thank you for that. And like I said, man, about the young people, I give the young people all the credit in the world, especially the Great Saint Think Tank, Who Dat Nation young people, bro. I'm so proud and impressed with Jordan and Tyrese and Iceman and all of the young family members out there. They really intelligent, critical thinking young people, and we need them because I'm gonna tell you right now. And you know what? Another thing, just to add on this, family. The NBA had it was an article on ESPN today about the NBA, and Adam Silver said that he won't leap in line to get the C19 stuff, right? The shots. And he said we won't leap in line. He ain't gonna leap in line because he got to go through the National Basketball Players Association. Well, guess what? A lot of them are not gonna do that there. And you should be leery about anybody trying to force you to do something that you don't want to do, and you ain't even do it. You ain't even tested. And you what? What? I mean, did y'all see that pitch? I ain't gonna get all into it, man. I'm gonna say that for keep it big Q. But anyway, thank y'all for the super chats. Hey, listen, thank you, Jordan, and all of the young Great Saint Think Tank family members. Y'all are terrific. We got Madge Prime chiming in, Brother Freddie, Uncle Paulie, and Diehard Saint all in line. We're gonna get to your family. Madge Prime, welcome to the show, my friend. Welcome.
How's everything going, Big Q?
Doing good, my brother. Happy holidays to you and your family, and welcome to the show.
Same to you and yours.
Thank you.
And before I get started, I just want to say one thing to that young brother that's got off. Jordan, remember, I tell this to my students all the time. I've been teaching now for 26 years. Started teaching in New Orleans, now I teach in Houston. I tell my students, the two most important skill sets that you need to succeed in life is commitment and adaptability. Just remember that. Commitment to good grades and adapt to any situation that you come across, and make sure you surround yourself with people that have the same goals as you do. Now on to the Saints talk. Now, Q, you ever heard the joke about the old bull and the young bull sitting at the top of the hill, and they see a field of female cows? You ever heard that one before?
I think I heard that on The Sopranos a long time ago.
That's the approach that's the approach that the Saints need to take. They need to stop worrying about this, focusing on one thing: screen passes, like the young bull. What you do like the old bull, you go down and you throw everything at them. You take care of all of them.
Hey, let me ask you this, Mash Prom. Are you familiar with The Sopranos? You used to watch?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Junior, who was Tony's uncle, he made that joke about the old bull, the young bull. I remember that was pretty funny. I can't repeat it here, obviously, but
Yeah, we can't.
another thing is too. I want you to hold your frame of thought. I watched the last. I remember a long time ago when they ended. This is like several years ago when they ended. The last scene was really like about what happened. Like his family was coming, sit down. First, his ex-wife came in, sat down. He gave her. He
Right.
was in there first, and then the son came in, sat down across from him, and then all it really truly Metal, which was his daughter, was his favorite. You could tell throughout the show. I mean, I'm not that type of dude. I don't have no favorites. My children are all the same. I treat them all
Right.
the same. But you can see he favored Metal. She was trying to park her car. She finally got the car parked, and she was walking up in the door, and he looks up. And then he sees her, and then it goes black. Everything goes black. She over with. And people was like taken back by that. Like, what the heck was that? What happened? What happened? What happened? Well, it wasn't up until recent that I discovered what really happened. They had a guy broke it down, and this was years ago. And I was like, I just said it was stupid how it ended. But the guy broke it down how it ended. He said pretty much what happened was, and then he showed the picture that they had a hitman that came in with AJ, the son. He walked in. If you remember the scene, they had a guy walking in front of AJ, his son, when he walked in.
Right.
And that guy sat at the bar and he was looking at Tony. Tony ain't care, obviously. I don't know how he didn't. But the guy was sat at the bar and he looked at him, and and Tony didn't mind him. He'd seen him, but he kept eating and what have you. And then the guy went to the bathroom, right? The guy went to
Right.
the bathroom, and
Right.
they showed the guy go to the bathroom and the door closed, but they ain't show nothing else. So the guy was saying that what happened was the hitman got him. The hitman got him because the vantage point of when it all went black was because they were showing it from his vantage point. Because remember, you heard the music playing, "Don't Stop Believe," and then it all went to
Yeah.
black because the hitman shot Tony in the head, and that ended the show right there. That's what the guy was breaking down from the writer. And I was like, man, that puzzled me for years. I just thought it was a stupid way to end the show, but he actually got the hitman that walked in there ahead of the son, got him, and that's how it ended out. So I was
So
just throwing that in there like that. That was just something that I just seen that video like maybe a week ago, and I was like, man, what, I was like, well, yeah, what was up with that weird ending? But that's what happened. He got it from the writer.
oh, okay, because basically they treat it like when you play shooting video games, you're seeing it from a first person point of view.
Right. And when it went all black, that means the hitman got him. The hitman got him because it went all out. It went to black. The music stopped. Everything stopped. It was over with. And they were showing you, and he got that from the writer. That's what happened. And they showed the hitman. The hitman came in with his son. The guy wasn't with him, but he walked in ahead of his son and sat down.
Right.
And the guy paid attention to him, but the man was like, he just didn't care. And they didn't care. All of the people that he was associated with, all of them was dead. And I guess when you're doing that kind of stuff that he was doing, you sooner or later it's gonna come back to bite you. And that's the explanation for it. But I just throwing that in there. That was just something you brought up, that joke that made me remember that scene. But anyway, go ahead with your analysis on it, bro, about the bull and everything with the Saints.
So really, I heard this joke way before The Sopranos. I heard this joke from a black comedian. I want to say Richard Pryor said that joke. And that's where I got it from. It stuck with me for years. Just like there was another joke that said, "Oh, well, we'll talk about that one another time. I'm not gonna go there." So, but what I wanted to say, for a couple of things I want to say. Number one, as I think about this game tomorrow, I know everybody talking about we need to kick their ass. Oh yeah, I would love that. We just need to damn win. The Saints just need to just throw everything at them and play like that. This is their Super Bowl. Look, because that's how Minnesota's gonna play it. So we need to meet the intensity. Sean, if you're listening, and I know you're probably not, but if somebody on please run the damn ball. Run the ball. Because when you run the ball, you take time off the clock, you keep them on the sideline, plus you give your defense a rest, and that's why the defense has been looking winded the last two games, especially the last game against Kansas City, because the offense is not keeping the ball long enough for the defense to get rested.
Right.
And also You have to put pressure on Kirk Cousins. I think we sell out for the run and damn to beat us with the pass. Because I think we're gonna have to roll at least one more person up to the line of scrimmage. We're gonna have to hit it with some blitzes because if you remember a few years back when he was playing with the Washington Redskins, how we almost lost that game, but that's that game that Kamara made that fantastical catch and ball was off his fingertips and scored a touchdown, and we came back to beat him because he's the kind of quarterback. If you just let him sit back there, he's gonna pick you apart.
Right.
So I know the Who Dat Nation out there want to see us kick their ass. I would love to see an ass kicking, but I just want a damn win because this game is important. Because you know, as you was going through your stories, I saw an article on the side of the screen saying that 4% of the people around the NFL is giving Minnesota a chance to win this game like they did last year. So we don't need them more Christmas ghosts of the past to take this game away from us. Because as I look at the screen that you have up for your talk, this reminds me of the Saints being more or less of a Christianity icon fighting against the Vikings, which is more of a paganist belief system. Because if you realize it, I don't know if a lot of your listeners realize this, but Christianity stole a lot of the concepts from Christmas, from Norse religion and paganism that the Vikings used to follow. But that's a whole different story.
The Norse gods.
There you go. So I would love to see us score 40 on them, but shit, if we just beat them by 1 point, we beat them, and that's the big thing. Because if we don't win this game tomorrow, we don't deserve a Super Bowl. And I know Black Suede like to comment whenever I talk about getting rid of Peyton. But man, 11 years. This is Drew Brees' last chance. I'm gonna tell you right now, I strongly feel if they wouldn't have stole that Ram games from us, I think Brees would retire then. Because Brees wants one more ring. Because they talk about everybody else, but they only talk about Brees after they talk about everybody else. And Brees has broken all the records. You could talk about Tom, and you could talk about your boy in Green Bay that's on the insurance commercials. You could talk about them too. But Brees is the one with all the records. Why do they think that you being the greatest of all time is recognized by the number of Super Bowl rings you win? Because you got people. I know I'm not the only one in the Who Dat Nation that believes this way. He played in one of the weakest divisions for 20 years, and now he's in NFC. Now he's seeing what time it is. So my thing is, I would love to see the Saints score 40 points on him, but if they beat him by a point, that's okay with me. But we can't do like we did last year. Do you realize that I was looking at, they played that game again today on NFL Network from last year against Minnesota. Did you know that Brees had only 75 yards passing by the third quarter? 75 yards.
Yes, indeed.
And he cannot. All right. Got to play smart. Got to do those things I say that they need to do. I don't make all that money. None of us in this Who Dat Nation make that money. But I'm gonna tell you right now, as a longtime Saints fan, before Who Dat Nation ever came around, since 1971, enough is enough. I know we have a real good winning culture now and all this, but like you said, it looked like ever since Tom Benson died, this man has been doing whatever he wants to, and he has nobody to check him. And I put that up on the new owner, his wife. His wife needed to tell him what time it is. She is the boss. She's the one that writes the checks. So if this year is a Super Bowl or bust year, well, then let it be a Super Bowl or bust year. If we don't make it to the Super Bowl this year, it's because of Sean Payton being a stubborn ass asshole for not doing simple things to win games. I think it might be time for him to go somewhere else. I really do. How much longer are we gonna put up with this? And what's your opinion on that?
Well, I don't think Sean changes. I think Sean remains Sean, and actually, I think he's gonna get even more Shawney, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know exactly what you
He's
mean.
not going. As the older he get, he's not gonna change his stripes. He's gonna continue to keep doing the things that got him the success that he feels that he's achieved in the NFL. Which is Sean Payton is a lot of success he has. He deserves he deserves that label. But at the same time, you know, you're held to your success. Not so much
Right,
you're held to that bar because you achieved and you ever elevated that to this level. So family members are going to hold you up to that standard. It's a gold standard. It's not a blind standard. It's a gold standard that we have to uphold you to by your own talks, by your own conversation, by your own actions. We have to hold you up to that gold standard. And when you don't hold, and when you do not, activate in that gold standard range, then there'll be questions and there'll be pressures that come along with that. And I think that out of all the teams in the NFL, I think the Saints are the most lenient on their head coach, despite the fact that we haven't had a Super Bowl in over 10 years. I mean, you look at how the Philadelphia Eagles behave. They just were in the Super Bowl in 2017, and they're hardcore. It's tough to win it. Philadelphia people are tough. They're tough, and you're supposed to be tough because that eliminates the complacency. That forces you to keep improving and innovating year after year, and that's what kind of business the NFL is. It has to
right,
innovate. And once you stop innovating, and you got to understand that people copy his systems and do stuff like that all the time. He's been doing similar things for a long time, and you have to innovate. And he hadn't been innovating a lot with these screens. I don't understand why he's so in love with the screen game, but it had its success, but not as lately. I mean, we gotta do something else. So I mean, we'll see, man. The innovation aspect of it, man, we'll see. But Sean Payton he's not gonna ever get to the point where me, you, or any other the great Saint think tank want him to run the ball more. I mean, he's gonna be a 70-30 guy. He's gonna throw the ball 70 times and run it 30 times. That's just what it is. And every now and again, if you're fortunate, you'll get a 60-40. But but majority of the time, he's a 70-30, 60-40 offense. He's a pass versus run guy. He's 70,
right,
70 pass, 30 run, or 60 pass, 40 run. That's what you're gonna get from Sean Payton because that's his mental matrix.
right. And I agree with you. If you want to pass, fine. Include the tight end up the seam. Don't be and Drew. Drew had two costly turnovers in that playoff game last year. Drew needs us. He's a veteran, and I know that he wants to show out. But man, don't do anything stupid that's going to tarnish your legacy. Because right now, the Saints, if you've been looking at all the NFL shows the whole season, the Saints now are starting to get that label of being a great regular season team. But when they come to playoffs, they just lose it. They're not going up to that next level. And that's a stigma that you really don't want your team to be a part of because it 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 comes back to bite you in the butt because right now everybody want to play for the Saints. What happens if the Saints don't make it to the Super Bowl this year and all these contracts come up next year? How many of these players going to still want to stay around? Because I'm telling you right now, Winston is going to be the future. The main reason they're not playing with, well, two reasons. They paid Taysom $20 million. First of all, he promised he was going to let him start some games, and also they're trying to hide Taysom because I know there's a lot of people in the Who Dat Nation, a few people in the Who Dat Nation that really love Taysom, but Jameis was a starting quarterback. And Jameis is not the only quarterback that had 30 turnovers in a football season. This man threw for 5,000 yards in one season. Not too many quarterbacks do that. It's the system because look how Tom Brady is playing right now. Look at all his turnovers. He don't have the most turnovers he ever had in 20 years of playing with New England. But my prediction is my ass whipping prediction is going to be I would say Saints 36, Minnesota say 17, but I have a feeling this is going to be a low scoring game and the Saints are going to probably win. I say 24-17.
24-17. It's gonna be, well, I mean, yeah. I mean, you got to factor that in as well. And, I see where you're going with that because, truth be told, the Vikings are going to be desperate. They know that their playoff hopes are on the line and they're going to be fighting every bit of the way. The Saints trying to clinch, trying to not go on the 3-game slide, and fall either further. If you fall any further, if you don't maintain where you are, you can slip from 2 to 3 because Seahawks are right behind you. And the
Exactly.
Seahawks can leapfrog you and push you down to 3. So we got to keep winning. We got to beat the Vikings. Losing is not an option tomorrow. So
No, it's
24 to
not.
17 is a good it's a solid prediction because the Vikings are going to bring it, man. And running and throwing the ball, and the Saints have to take advantage of the weaknesses in Minnesota's defense. We got to execute, man. We say this every week. We got to execute. And we got to cut the miscues out.
Exactly. They just can't let not Kirk, not my cousin, sit back there and just pick him apart because he can't get frustrated.
Yeah, I've seen him get multiple times when you start knocking him down and sacking him. He gets frustrated awfully really quick. So we just got to get to him. And Trey Hendrickson, I think, will play in the matchup. I don't think Trey misses this game. I think Granderson needs to step it up. Davenport needs to step it up as well. Cam is going to be extremely upset because of how the Kansas City game messed out. He's going to get in there and he's going to rain some havoc. I'm thinking Cam might get a 2-sack performance against Minnesota on Christmas. That's what I'm looking at. Cam's going to be really pissed off for this matchup after what happened with Kansas City. He's going to light a fire on the Saints defensive line. And of course, Malcolm Brown back helps out as well too. So, man, listen, we 24 to 17, tough, close game, but it makes sense being that the Vikings are fighting for their playoff lives.
Exactly. And I don't know why. I don't. This will be my last comment. I don't know why they don't put Cameron on the opposite side sometimes. Switch him around. Don't be so damn predictable.
I often said that too, and I remember listening to an interview. I think Kevin sent me that portion of the interview where Cam was talking about he doesn't like to move around. He doesn't like to be stunted. He doesn't like to move. He likes to stay right where he is, and I think they appreciate Cam for doing that. And he has gotten really good at beating double teams. He's accustomed to it. And even though Trey Hendrickson has been beating mostly single teams the majority of the year, they still is doubling Cam and still giving up Trey Hendrickson because they just think Trey Hendrickson is just a flash in the pan. But I would be most certainly thinking it'd be a good idea to move Cam all the way around the line and find mismatches. I would love to do that, but he fights against it. He doesn't want to do that.
Right.
So
Right. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna let you go for you to get to the other callers. Let's have a little contest in the Sports Karma. In the chat box, everybody put a number in there of how many screen passes you think the Saints gonna do tomorrow. I say 6. I say I'm about to put 6 in the box right now.
All right, that's the Screen Depot challenge issued right there by Madge Prime. He's saying, how many screens do you think the Saints run for Christmas Day against the Minnesota Vikings? Madge says 6. What say you? Thank you for chiming in, my brother. Appreciate you for being here. Who that to you, fam? Appreciate
Who
you,
that?
Madge
Who
Prime.
that?
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Who that?
Who that?
All right, that's Madge Prime. Appreciate him chiming in. We got Freddie and then Uncle Paulie chiming in. Be patient, Uncle Paulie. We about to get to you momentarily. So, a lot of people saying, hey, man, listen, Q, that's pretty funny. But we had this challenge, man. We're going to bring in Freddie. What's up, Freddie? Welcome to the live stream, my brother.
Whoa there. What up, Q?
What's up, my friend? How you doing?
Oh, man, I can't call it. I'm chilling.
Good thing, bro.
Yeah, I'm kind of excited for tomorrow.
Okay.
We gonna see something by 3 something. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir. It's gonna be some good Christmas Day matchup there. We gotta take care of business the right way against this team, and I'm most certainly happy and ready for the matchup to begin. We got the Pelicans early and the Saints late.
Yeah, for sure. Now I'm gonna say this here, and I don't want nobody to take none of this the wrong way, but it's a lot of us don't understand the universal energy of the universe, and I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I hate for the Saints faithful to come through with negative energy. You know what I'm talking about? I done heard so-called lawyer who that nation members. I mean, if it was up to them, we be 0-14 right now. You know, and I'm like, I mean, oh ye of little faith. Now, now the Sean Payton scenario that we've been on the last month. I mean, we right. Swayed and dyed his hair too many times with that trust of Payton nonsense.
I think yeah, it has its place, man. You know, you got to have a certain amount of trust in the coaching, which I do. But when it come down to certain aspects like discipline, bro, I know when it come down to that, I'm not gonna fool myself on that. I'm not. I know the man too well, bro. We done had him for all these years, you know.
Yeah, exactly. He showed us this. Now you already know it's him and Zimmer got a little personal thing going, and Zimmer been getting the best of him, except for regular season last season. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, Zimmerman came out on top. But I do have a nagging suspicion that Peyton realizes he got to face the music, and I think he's gonna come out with an awesome game plan, and it would do my heart great for us to crush them because they're sending a statement. I mean, I want to come out and just straight dominate like the Tampa Bay game, and um that motivation he used when he showed everybody all the press clippings and news articles, everybody picked against the Saints. I mean, that can't help but give a team extra motivation to come on out and do what they need to do. I want to see Troutman and the 10 man out there at the same time. We need some two tight end fronts, man, to substitute for Mike. I mean, it's a shame one player controls that much of your offense. So when he out, you need multiple players to accommodate for one. That bother me. And, Mike the man, but we need some balance with that.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we can get Troutman and Cook working, and they get to focusing and tightening up on them, and that causes these safeties to play up a little bit. Now, like I said the other night, we got a killer on the right side of the field, Emmanuel Sanders. Take your shot, at least one. He good for at least one, but I think he good for one every time you get him the ball. And again, that's if he open and if Drew ain't scared to pull the trigger no more. You know what I'm saying? Now, hopefully, he'd have shook all his rust off from last week. I think defensively, we should come with almost that same philosophy against the Chiefs because that youngster and Phelan, them two boys ain't no joke if left unintended. So, if we can limit Tyreek Hill and Sammy Watkins, see, they didn't make no highlights last week. But prior to that, every week you see Tyreek Hill done burnt somebody for 50, 60 yards. See what I'm saying? And we put a cap on that.
Right.
Now I hate your homeboy Marcus Williams ain't gonna be able to get out there and contribute because the boy that did it, he done did a 180 as far as playing out. I don't know if Jenkins contributed to that or whatever, but he playing back and he putting a lick on you. I think you called him a finesse safety too many times. You like, I'm a show Big Q. I ain't no finesse safety.
I mean, that's not necessarily on me though, brother Freddie. I mean, I tell you one thing. What I was reading the kid scouting report. The NFL scouting report called him a finesse safety. I said I never heard that before. But finesse means you're soft.
Yeah, I know, but see what I'm saying is by us being of the Great Saints think tank, we know the inside intricacies of Marcus Williams. Other reporters were going off what they saw. So they were saying Marcus Williams is the best defensive player on the Saints. And I think he had the most INTs at the time. And again, they're not really fans. They don't know him like we know him. But you were the only one to call him out as a repeat offender of being a finesser.
The tape don't lie.
And we saw it.
Right.
I forgave him after the Minnesota Miracle. You know what I'm saying? I think he could be a receiver on the cool. I think he played receiver at one while.
He did.
I think he got. Yeah, I thought so. He got converted into a safety. The boy got a good pair. The boy got a good pair of hands, and he's super fast. You know what I'm saying? It's just people don't understand on mastering their craft. If you're a safety, master it. Study safeties. Find out what it takes to be a complete safety.
Ronnie Lott put the tape on. That's what I used to say, brother Freddie. Get that Ronnie Lott tape, put it on. Get that Steve Atwater tape, put it on. Get that, even that Rod Woodson toward the back end of his career became a safety, a damn good one. Put that tape on. I mean, you got so many really good safeties that you can put that tape on and learn how to play that position. But Ronnie Lott is the one, if I was Marcus Williams, I would watch him all day.
Yeah. I mean, and somebody needs to tell him, hey, this is what you do. If a receiver or a tight end catch a ball, make them regret it.
Right.
And they should fear you. See, I mean, the NFL done soften it up so much. Ain't no more ALTs on the field. Ain't no more Ray Lewises on the field. They bought Reavers, Dion's. Ain't no more of them. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't nothing closely remote to them people. I smiled at Von Bell when he put that lick on Juju the other day. That's how you do it. I just wish Bell was still in the black and gold. So, but that's another story, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, we're gonna have to rattle Cousin early, and he get to making mistakes and throwing picks, especially if you get a good lick on him. Right. So I'm hoping this is the game Davenport break out, man, because he be so close. Game after game after game, he flushing them out the pocket, but I don't know. It's like he got two left feet when he get close to the quarterback. I'm like,
right.
Bring it on home, man. Right. I don't know about. I'm hoping Hendrickson play. He will be needed, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. I wish he does play. Finish out the last couple of games, man. He never did that for his career, man. And he having such a great year. I would love to see him finish out, man.
For sure. I know Cam gonna be supercharged up.
Oh, Cam was major league upset with that ejection, and he's going. And like I said, I think I could see a 2-sack game right here against Minnesota with Cam getting 2 of them, man. And man, listen, Cam was pissed about that ejection. He took responsibility for the loss, and usually when he do that, he come in super focused and upset, and that's bad news for Minnesota's offensive line. Good news for us.
Yeah, man. Somebody, Sean Payton or somebody gonna have to pay for the gray hairs popping up in my chin.
We got. Well, I mean, Swade was telling you though, Freddie. Swade was telling you the whole way. You know that you got to trust the Peyton and let the man do what he do. You know.
Well, see, Swade be saying that, but Swade, I know Swade dyed his hair with that Beijing. see, Peyton
He
got
ain't
him
got no
gray
hair
too.
up top. He gray all around the face, but he ain't got no hair. That's why
yeah, Swade trying to roll me. Yeah, Peyton get on his nerves too. Yeah, but yeah, man, I want to say happy holidays to everybody in the Who Dat Nations, everybody in the chat. I see y'all. One love. Tomorrow we gonna see something by 3 something. And on the post game report, we're gonna have a party, act real bad, and we're gonna sip tea and we're gonna act bad for 2021, and it's gonna be fun. And as the story told, the Saints gonna win the bowl. You heard me?
They gonna sip tea on New Year's. That's what's going on, brother Freddie.
For sure. Man, I'm talking about from crop to cup.
Thank you, brother Fred. I appreciate you, bro, chiming in this already with the crop to cup report once again from brother Freddie. It's always good to have you on, bro.
For sure, who that?
Thank you, bro. Who that? That's brother Freddie, man. Always funny, man. Always bringing it front. We got Uncle Paulie coming up next, and then Die Hard Saints. I see you, fam. We're gonna get you in there. Uncle Paulie, welcome to the show, my friend.
What's going on, Q? Long time no see. You know how I like to do it, Q. I say do stuff like that. I gotta tell you about 2 or 3 days and go back and look at the film and look at the film. I be doing like you. How we lost it? Wait a minute. Maybe it's something we didn't see in the TV. Wait a minute. Maybe they were fooling us. Let's go back and check that out again.
Right. I mean, and that's what I came well. So like, man, there's no way. The Saints are better, and I mean, really, like exponentially better than the rest of the teams that they're playing. I mean, they're so talented. And most of the times, we lose in this contest because we're not executing. We're shooting ourselves in the foot most of the time. And it's not even so much as all of the turnovers, because if you wind back the tape, we'll classify the turnovers while we lost, but we forget about the fact that they had drives that were inept, that ended in either a punt or we 3 and out. And we have so many of those because of we screening and they picking up the screen. We just need to innovate a little bit more.
That's true, Q. I watched that game. You know what, Q? It really got on my nerve. To me, the Saints were getting pressure on Mahomes. He wasn't just, dropping back, patting his feet, counting 100, then throwing the ball. We were getting to him. We were sacking him. We were pressing him. But you know what, Q? It's just like we were just outmanned. It's just like we had 12 men. They had 15. Just that every time we stopped them one hit, they always come out with something on the other end. It's just like we just couldn't contain them for a whole game.
Right.
I mean, you hit Tariq Hill, you make him drop the ball on this play. Okay, then the next play, Mahomes find Hardman streak inside. Kelsey coming over the back end. I mean, come on, man. I told you that Andy Reid playbook was deeper and bigger than Sean Payton. I told you that. And I knew that was gonna happen. Andy Reid wasn't gonna stop. I don't know what it is with Sean Payton. He'll come in the game with about 50 plays, and then when he exhausts them, he just keep running more. Andy Reid come out like he can have 200, and he try to use all 200 in one game. What you think?
Well, you're right. And then Andy Reid doesn't call the plays. It's Eric Bieniemy, his offensive coordinator, doing. He trusts him. You can see
he got a coordinator.
He got a coordinator.
Start on that Pete Carmichael just standing there twiddling his thumb. I'm like, what you even standing down there for? You might have be in the press box playing Uno or something.
I try to make that known about the fact that you don't let the offensive coordinator call the plays. I don't know if he doesn't have faith in him. I just think he wants to be the one that's in charge. And I think You didn't had Pete Carmichael with you for the summation of the time that he been here. If anybody knows that offense, it's Pete Carmichael. And for whatever reason, I don't understand why I still say to this day, as good as Peyton is at times calling plays, Carmichael should be the man that's doing it. Because what it does is gives you accountability. Carmichael has to be accountable. He'll be accountable to Peyton, just like Dennis Allen is. And if something screw up with the defense, or something like what happened with LSU, when their defense was an absolute joke, they fired that guy. They fired him. They got him out of here. That's accountability. That's how it's designed.
You absolutely right. But you know what hurt LSU? You danced over there right quick when they lost their defensive coordinator. What was his name? Arnaz. He was awesome, Q.
Oh, you talking about Aranda?
The guy that with the defensive coordinator that was a coordinator when they won the championship. What was his last name?
Dave Aranda.
He had a funny last name.
Dave Aranda.
Oh man, Q. Man, he should be somewhere being a coordinator in the pro. That guy was awesome. And I tell you what I liked about him, Q. They did good, he encouraged, but when they messed up, boy, he grabbed him by that face mask and he give him the what for. And that's the kind of coaching I like to see, man. Come on now. I believe in being fair and all that, but come on, man. That you don't see that on the sideline with the Saints. There was a time you messed up, Sean Payton would follow you all the way to the locker room, fussing you out. Then he'd come on back in, come on back. Come back now, you sit down.
Yeah.
Like he gonna sit there and did back and roll. I ain't like how he handled the back and roll, Q, because other guys that screwed up out there in the field. Alvin Kamara dropped 4, 5, 6 screens here and there. He ain't snatch him. I'm just gonna sit down, Alvin, till you figure out what to do. I'm like, if you're gonna do it to one player, Q, just be fair and do it to everybody. He ain't do it to Drew Brees when he go out there and throw a pick at an inopportune time. Come on now. He ain't do it to Taysom Hill when he be fumbling, running, trying to make a dollar out of 15 cents. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I don't like about Sean Payton. He got his picks and chooses with his play. You know what I liked about Jimmy Johnson and the old 49ers coach Bill Walsh and all them.
Mm-hmm.
He got on everybody. I know Joe Bartetta, Bill Walsh, but a lot of people they go back and look at some of them old games. But Joe wouldn't do it too well. Bill Walsh would go there and have a good heated conversation. Even George Seifert for a time. I mean, you can't play favor. Look, man, you're screwing up. What's going on? Talk to me. Because the heat of the game, if you don't, like I said, John Bad used to always say he was a great, outstanding coach. He said you got to make halftime adjustment. Whatever the enemy team, opposing team is doing to you, that's where they give you that 15 or 20 minutes at that halftime for you to figure out and go out there in the second half and try to correct it. Because nothing writes itself. I mean, whatever it is, penalties, whatever it is, if you can't overcome that in them 3 hours, you really don't deserve to win the game. What you think?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's definitely a game of adjustments. I mean, unless you just dominated from the onset, and we haven't, and we haven't been able to do it.
The third quarter, you down, 30-3.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
But the last several games, you had to make an adjustment. You was trailing 14 and nothing here or whatever it was, and you made adjustments to get close. But once you do that, if you doing that and you adjust, you can't keep making mistakes to catch up. I mean, that's what killed us in the Philadelphia matchup. And then in the Kansas City game as well, when you made the adjustments in the second half, adjustments actually were more profitable than the first quarter and the second quarter adjustment. Then you can't be making all those miscues. You can't be turning the ball over. You can't throw interceptions. You can't allow teams to break runs. You can't allow them to score touchdowns if you're trying to catch them.
You go back to the Denver game. They didn't have a quarterback worth elite. And like the first half, we were struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Yes,
you can't, like you said that with the caller before Freddie. I was enjoying him. He sounded like he from Cutoff or around that Arabia or somewhere. That man, he knows some football.
Yeah, brother Madge Prime.
Yeah, I was enjoying him. He reminded me of some of them old WWL, Deep Bellevue and all that. But what I'm saying is, Sean Payton just has sat there. He just can't seem to get his butt off his shoulders. You know what I mean? He just keep making calling. I'm like, why? First of all, you got on a mask. Why is you holding that play card over your mouth? Ain't nobody trying to read your lips no more. Ain't nobody doing that.
Yeah, force a habit. Force a habit. They that's.
What is you doing? I see Dennis Allen was doing. I'm like, what is he doing that for? Can't nobody read your lips? You know what I'm saying? It's just like Sharpay just can't call a good game, game in and game out. I wish I could go back and do statistics on that. How many games this year that we could truly say, Sean played, call, made good plays, good this, that, that. Whether we won or lost, game in and game out. He just hasn't done it, cute. I don't know if he don't know how to do it or he just don't want to do it. It's one of the two.
Yeah, we used to have a mystique with the offense, but I think to a great degree, the NFL has caught up with a lot of our playbook. Not all of it, obviously, but a great deal
We
of our
close to
playbook.
it really is. It's really good. We can't even get our special team together. You've been
Yeah,
saying that I know for at least 2 years.
yeah. The special teams.
Why we can't get our special team together?
I,
It doesn't make any sense, Q.
I
Can't
know,
block worth a lick.
can't save him. That's why that you see guys like Deontay Harris and Marquez Callaway was banged up. You let a opposing defender run down and put a hit
Right.
on the wide receiver. I mean, it's like, and then of course we have the special teams coach who's one of the best in the business, and I know he turning his hair, ripping his hair out watching it. I'm watching it, saying how is it even possible that our kick returners get tackled by two or three people? One time I seen five people tackle one dude on the kick. I'm like, what? For you to do that, you just it's just terrible. And I don't know what they need. They need to. I don't know. I think Galliano's a good coach. I don't know. He has to find a way to fix it because they haven't done it. The whole year's been bad. They lead the NFL in punt return attempts, and they're top five in kickoff attempts. And the issue is, you got all
But
that,
it
and you still
was
had no
the same
touchdowns.
last year though, Q. I mean to cut you off,
Mhm.
but it was the same issue last year. We
Yeah,
kept talking about it.
but it
Maybe
was
came out.
but it was a lot better last year because at least they protected Deontay Harris to a degree, and he did break
Right.
out and have a Pro Bowl year for him. That was not the case this year, and a lot you can attribute that a lot to the fact that you had issues with Justin Hardy. He's one of their best special team guys. He wasn't there, so I mean you could attribute that as well. Dwayne Washington, who's also a pretty effective special teams guy, he wasn't there for slots, and the guys that they have in there was Porsche. But I mean, that's why they throwing Taysom Hill out there in the special teams aspect of it last game against Kansas City, and I was like, that's weird. You don't want Taysom to get hurt playing any other position, but you got him on special teams, which is one of the most dangerous positions to play the backup quarterback, and you ain't have
Yeah,
anybody ready to go.
exactly.
So that was
Then
kind
you
of odd to
didn't
me
have
seeing them do that.
Jameis Winston. You couldn't look to him because he's out with on that COVID, lockdown,
Right. So you want to protect
quarantine or
Taysom,
whatever.
but that's the point. They don't have to worry about this shit. They activated Jameis off the C-19 list, so Taysom can resume his
Okay.
regular duties of being a utility player full stream for the Saints. So expect to see the Taysom Hill package out there in all of its glory.
Well, but you know what, Q? Where in the world is Ty Montgomery? Is he gonna show up? Him and Benny Fowler, I was looking forward to seeing them two dudes this year, but they have really been injury busts in my book. I mean, I'm like, I only remember them from the first game against the Buccaneers. That's the only game I can say I saw them, and it was in bits and pieces then. I don't know. I don't know if he's holding him for the playoff. I think it's stupid. Like you say, if you're not giving the guy the reps now, you get down in the big game, playoff time, you're gonna have drops. You're gonna have mistakes. It's just like anything, Q. If you're not getting practice at it and getting used to doing it when it's time to do it, you're bound to make mistakes. That's with anything, you know, but you're not
Right.
used to doing it.
Right.
So I'm like, I agree with Freddie talking about, some people want to keep the playbook vanilla till the playoff. Man, look, some of this stuff you need to just go and throw out there if you don't do it but one time in the game, because you got to do something different. You just can't keep doing what you're doing because it's not winning, Q.
Right.
I mean, it's just not winning. I mean, like I said, the team is just digressing. We just having too many old moral moments. Offense can't stay on the field, defense can't get off. But trying to rely on Martin Anderson, but we can't depend on Will Lutz. He been hitting and missing out, of late. So you're gonna have to do something different. Why keep putting Jerry Cook out there, Q? I know he's a veteran. I know he's this. But why you not getting trapping? What's all that practicing for? What's all that, in the team meetings, in the tight end room, talking and going over plays and strategy? I mean, a lot of us Saints fans say that we get upset with the players, but we really got to shine that light in that coaches room. It's a disconnect got to be somewhere. I can't believe these coaches are coaching these games, game in and game out, practice in and practice out, meeting in and meeting out, and nothing's never getting no better. So if it's not the player, then it's got to be the coach. Somebody's gonna have to go eventually. What you think?
Yeah, that's a part of it. If the message is not getting to the players, that can be problematic. In the first place you would look is at the coaches. Because a really good coach can get the best out of his players if he got a correct scheme. And off this, and to go back on the Sean Payton point, he carries a lot, and I think as a head coach, he gonna carry that. But I think he overworking himself to a degree. I think he would be much better served if he allowed Pete Carmichael to take over the play calling duties. That way, that allows Sean Payton to become what he once was. He would become instantly a better coach because it frees up his ability to be able to pay attention to his entire team, offensively and defensively. And then he can also
Right.
have
That's seriously lacking.
he
Seriously.
can carry around his notebook and write down the miscues, mistakes, and things that have happened like he used to do. And I think a lot of that, he's not doing that because he's so busy fussing with referees and making the plays and talking to Drew. And if he gives that to Carmichael, that gives him the ability to be the overseer that the head coach is supposed to or designed to be. If you look at how Andy Reid operates in the office, he doesn't do all of that. You don't see Andy Reid doing all of the stuff, the fanciful stuff that Peyton's doing. He's overworking himself on the sideline. Andy Reid delegates responsibilities to a trusted OC. He does it with the defense, and he lets those guys do their business. And if those guys have an issue, he says it. Now, of course, Peyton can have a caveat too that he lets Carmichael call the plays. But if it's a play that he don't like, he can say he reserves the option to change the play. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But that I've been saying that he needs to relinquish the duties to Carmichael because I think it'll make him a better head coach. Because right now you're seeing just an offensive coordinator. And he's overworked. You got to be coming up here doing all this and got to talk. I'm talking to Drew and all this, and I got to do. And you're overworking yourself. You're doing 2 or 3 times what you're supposed to be doing.
That's why he got them droopy jaws looking out.
You're doing too much. You can't tell him nothing. You can't tell him nothing. You got the Saint Bernard jogs going on, and you can't tell him that. So I was like, listen, bro, you Pete Carmichael. I didn't pick him. If you trust Carmichael, turn over the damn play sheet to Carmichael. Turn over that Waffle House play sheet over to Pete Carmichael and let him call the plays, and you become what you good at. I think he could be a really good head coach in terms of it's just being the overseer of all areas of the team. That way, Sean Payton can see how shitty them special teams playing and check that special teams coach. You can also see make sure he's still on Dennis Allen. He'll have that time to kind of circulate and see the overall play of the whole team as opposed to him just focused on the play calling and talking to this Drew and making sure Drew get it right. Now you got a guy to do that already for you.
You really right is right, Q. I got to agree with you totally because you know what? Bill Walsh used to do that. Jimmy Johnson, he come sit in on the special team meeting, even though he was a control freak to a certain degree, but Jimmy knew every aspect of that team. He was nothing that went on that Jimmy did. Yeah, like I said, he may have missed some stuff, but for the majority of it, ain't too much get by him because, like I said, he delegated authority and he wanted to know what was going on. Practice was just as important to him as game day.
Right.
Yep. And I feel like that's missing with the Saints. Q. They don't take the preparation. See, the game is great and it's wonderful, but I think the preparation. I'm feeling that Jerry Rice coming on. He said your preparation is just as important as game day. If you don't practice, if you don't go over the playbook, if you don't study your opponent, once you get on the field, it's gonna show, baby. It's gonna show, Q.
Yeah.
It's gonna show.
You're right. If you prepare, and that's a part of it too. Preparation is major before the actual. If you prepare correctly, when you go into that game, you're gonna execute because that's what the preparation aspect for it, getting ready for the big time show. And all together, you got it. I think they do okay in that regard, but. And then I just don't, to a degree, I don't understand the ineptitude of our offense is we just struggling this late in the season. And I keep telling people, I'm like, listen, we're not supposed to be struggling this badly against the Eagles, who didn't really have much of a defense. You helped them out a lot in that game by not executing and giving them extra opportunities, punting it to them as much as we did. 6 punts in that matchup and 8 against KC? for them to get 92 plays because we can't execute a proper scout. As
You wanna know why,
profound as
Q?
we are, we can't. And that's what I'm saying. That's problematic,
Right.
man. You know,
Right.
we got to fix
Right.
this. We
Like I say,
got 2 games to fix this, bro.
playoffs is off the line here, and
We
I
got
don't,
2
I don't
games to
think
fix
Sean
it.
Payton really understand that, Q, because like you said, you said it the whole week, as bad and up and down as KC O line was, they came in there and all 5 of them played like Pro Bowlers. They was running the ball, opening up lanes for Hilaire
Mm-hmm.
and Le'Veon Bell. They was protecting Mahomes when he needed to be protected, even though the Saints still getting some pressure. He was still able to get the ball to Harbin and Kelsey and all that. That's we don't see that with our offense.
Mm-hmm.
We see 3 and out offensive line. Q, this, if I had hair on my head, I would probably pull it out. It's like let's say I ain't gonna no Ramshack. He's pretty steady. But let's say Ruiz. If Ruiz play bad, struggle, then that's Nick Easton over there struggle. Then when he struggle, and make Teron Armstead giving up 2 sacks. It's like when one player plays bad on the best, O line, for example, it's like all of them go to playing bad. I don't understand that, Q. That just don't make no sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the
And
strangest
that
thing, you know.
kills it,
We
Q,
shouldn't be
because
that way.
Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill, they can't run the ball, Q, if there ain't no hole there. They
Right.
can't.
Right. I mean,
That's why you see 3rd and 4th and short, and we don't get it. How you 4th and 3 and 4th and 4, and you can't make the 3rd down? 3rd and 4, you can't make that 3rd down. You got
that's the issue.
ball, you go forward and get stopped. That don't make sense, Q.
That's an issue. We got the ability to do it though. That's the we have the ability to get those short plays, those 1st, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th and shorts. We have the ability to do that. This offensive line is still good enough where we can be able to get 2 or 3 yards for a 1st down. We still good enough despite the fact that we are missing Mike Thomas, who's our best wide receiver. We still have Emmanuel Sanders. We still have Jared Cook, as pathetic as he's been playing. We still have him. We still have Josh Hill. We still have Troutman, who helps out. We still have the team MVP in Elvin Kamara, where you don't have to situate him as a running back. You can put and I'll see if notice Elvin's energy as well. Elvin in these last couple of games, we need to get him more involved. There's more of an onus on getting Taysom Hill involved, like in a utility way. We need to focus on Elvin Kamara. Elvin Kamara is the major key here, because if we can mismatch him against guys in the slot.
To say that we are not using Alvin Kamara because
look how detached he's been in the last couple
Michael
of games.
Thomas, Alvin Kamara, like them knowing too. We knew how to throw the ball,
Right.
and get the ball. You know what I mean?
You got to lean, and the thing is, I know we've been leaning on Taysom lately. He was the quarterback before Drew came back in there. But listen, Elvin Kamara had 15 carries last matchup. He averaged 5 yards a rush. Why not keep feeding Elvin? It was no reason to go away from Elvin Kamara. I mean, he's the top running back. He's the top receiver. He's the MVP. We need to lean on him for the stretch. When you start having ineptitude in the offense, you got to lean on Elvin Kamara. Elvin Kamara will produce. When Michael Thomas is not there, Elvin Kamara produces. He has 70
game too. Put him in the slot, Q. That's all you got to do.
It takes a little innovation. It's innovation. You got to stop focus.
Latavius Murray like a redheaded freckle-faced stepchild week in and week out. I mean, it's him. I'm gonna tell you, Q. These 2 people right here, I'll be really surprised they're the Saints banner next year. That's Pete Carmichael, because I'm wondering how many more years he gonna keep putting up with Sean Payton foolishness, not letting him be an offensive coordinator like he should be, and Latavius Murray not getting the ball like he's supposed to, playing with him, run him 20 times this game. 120 yards. Then the next game, we get 2 carries for 15 yards. You can't keep doing a man like that. What you think, Q?
Yeah, we still got Latavius for a few years. I don't think Latavius is outspoken. He's making his change, and I think we definitely not run him nearly enough. And when Sean Payton brought him here, I thought he would combo him, to a degree where you would run Elvin and then take Elvin out, put Latavius in there. But it's kind of weird how he's doing it, which is puzzling to me. It's like, okay, you're not running the ball enough already for the play action to work the way it really was intended to work. And then when you play action, you play in action to Latavius Murray, which wouldn't have the same effect if you play action to Elvin Kamara. Obviously, if you play action to Elvin Kamara, they might bite on that. But if you play action to Latavius Murray, they're not going to bite on that because they know you don't run Latavius Murray. They know it.
Is
They know it, and I know it.
the only reason
But you
the
keep
Taylor
doing it.
scored on that touchdown, that was like Drew outlet. That was like the last resort for him to get rid of the ball because nobody else was open.
But see
And,
that,
and good thing Murray kept running, Q.
yeah, they
He
could
even
have
tried
had.
to make the kid. He could just stop and say, whatever, the play's over.
No,
You know?
he took off because he seen he had good upfield blocking, and he had a
What?
lane, and he just took off. He turned on the burners, turned on that wheel, and got
Drew
in
was able
there.
to find it.
Right,
Right. That good pass right there. That
right.
it looked like a screen Q, but
No,
like
it
you said,
wasn't a
it actually
screen.
wasn't.
No, it wasn't a screenplay. It wasn't a screen. He leaked out there. That wasn't a screen.
He,
But
he took it. I was like, go
right.
ahead, Murray. I've
He
been
seen
for
that
that for
upfield
him
block.
all year. Woo!
Right. And
You know?
but see, that's the thing though too. We gotta
Right.
also realize we gotta innovate some of this stuff because the NFL defenses have caught up to the Saints. They understand how we run in the screens. That's why screens ain't as effective as they used to be. A lot of the cutesy plays that gets us beat, hurt, that they're not falling for those cutesy plays, as I call them, the plays that, and cutesy plays are the plays that you try to do some cute play to get 2 or 3 yards when all you need to do is put a fullback in there and run it ahead with Latavius Murray. That's like that's too boring. Let's do
10
something.
yards behind the line.
Right. So you screen 10 or 12 times a game behind the
Yeah.
line of scrimmage to pick up 2 yards. So you throw the ball 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage to get 2 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage. So it involves 4 yards totally altogether for you to get 2 yards, which like my geography teacher taught me and taught y'all as well, is that
Right.
the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. The straight line is give it to Latavius Murray or Alvin Kamara, give them a fullback, and let them run and get them 2-3 yards or whatever it is. Very simple. Eliminate all the cutesy stuff, and that's a problem that Sean Payton has. But I guarantee you that if you had a coordinator, he wouldn't do that like that. That coordinator would run effective plays, and the reason why you get so cute because there is no accountability to punish him or to critique him when he does that. See, people leave him alone and say, "Q, don't mess with him. Let him do what he gonna do." And let me tell you something. That's like telling a politician, giving a politician all the money in the world or all your tax money, and tell him don't tell him nothing. Q, leave him alone. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That guy gonna go up there. He gonna be involved in all kind of crap. Peyton is oversight. Just call the great right. Just call. You got advisors. They got congressional oversight committees that oversee what the president do, and then criticize him if he ain't doing what he's supposed to do. I mean, come on. So we can't do that to Peyton. Peyton is immune from Saint oversight for the people that's paying the freaking bills. I mean, come on, man. Y'all gotta underdrink that.
Sway listening in, he probably tell us
He'll say it just to be contrary. He'll say, yeah, he is exempt. He is exempt. I say, you just saying that so you can be contrarian.
He never could give state. All right, did the Saints have momentum in the first half? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Okay, about the third quarter before they got started. Sway, no, they had momentum in the first 2 quarters. No, they did. I said one night, I told him, I said, Q is swaying over there. All they sound like Fred and Grady going at it. You know how it is, the old Sampling, son. Everybody trying to get their point across, but I said, but actually, Q really is the one that's right. But
I mean, we all came from that, though, Paul. We all came from that at one point when we understood that. I just came out a little early before my brother Sway did, But sooner or later, I had my this is a wrap on this. When I see how it was, and I was like, why we keep doing it? And when you really start investigating why you losing the last, how you losing, then you're gonna start seeing some stuff. You be like, man, listen, we can't be doing this.
The other week, the Sean did call a bad play game. We had been saying that, and I was surprised. Sway finally admitted that. So,
he coming along.
He finally saw that game.
He coming along. He coming along. He coming along.
He really is. Like I said, you could be. Like I said, I've been watching the Saints since 1983. I was a little kid. First game I remember them play with the New York Jets. In the dome. So we've been around. I mean, you've been around just as long as I have. You've seen, come and go, ups and downs and all that. But like you said, you got to call a spade a spade. If you're not doing it, this ain't working. You can't keep, saying it is when it's not, and everybody's showing you it's not. That's when you're in denial. You can't be that way. And to me, Sean Payton is hurting himself to think that I know the plays you won and won the Super Bowl win, all that was then. This is now, and you don't want to fighting the change, and the league keep changing around you every step you make. Now that's denial, and then and it's not going to end well if you don't get out of that rut, Q.
Well,
You know.
we got the pressure of it.
Yeah,
The team, like I said, I don't think overall he changes his philosophy. I just hope that we can correct enough to be able to get the
right, just
offensive
tweak it
going
here and
because
there.
the
That's all I'm
offense,
asking for.
right, the
Yeah.
offense is struggling bad to open these games, and then we're not getting going until the second half of these games, and that's how we getting going late in losses to Philly and KC. If we get scoring early, we beat Kansas City, we beat Philadelphia, we beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. The defense showed up. We have to be able to get this right because we got 2 games left. We're gonna beat the Minnesota
That's it.
Vikings. We got to take care of
You
business
right.
against
It'll be
Carolina,
playoff
and we
time
got
before we know it,
it's
man.
two
You right.
games in playoff. I'm saying we really close.
Yeah.
We close. It's 2 games remaining in the season, and then it's playoff times again. So all the
Yeah.
stuff that we went through to get to this
Past
point,
3 years, you're gonna be right back there
we
facing the game. You
we
right, Q.
looking
You
at it
right.
again. We back at it again.
So
So
right.
can we fix what we did wrong from the last 3 years in this rendition of the playoffs? It starts tomorrow and taking
You
care of the
really do.
Vikings. We knock off the Vikings. We beat the Carolina Panthers. Hopefully, Green Bay loses a couple. If they don't, then we'll pick up number 2, which more than likely will put you in a head-to-head matchup with Arizona in the Dome, and you'll have to wrangle up Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins and
Yeah.
Marcus Golden, and
That'll be a lot of
you'll
fun if
see,
it happens.
and you'll see your old friend Dan
Put
Arnold, who's
Scranton
starting at
at
the
the
tight end
quarterback.
for him.
Wow.
You'll see all
You
them
right.
guys in there. So, like I said, we take care of business against Minnesota. I just want us to execute and cut the miscues out. We punting too much. We got to do a better job of play calling.
Keep giving the ball. Even a bad team gonna figure out how to beat you. You keep giving the ball.
You give
I
them
don't care who it
opportunities,
is.
they gonna beat you. That's too.
You know.
You kicking your opportunities away. You
That's
kicking them
true.
away. You giving the ball back to their team. Say, I can't do nothing with it. Here you go. You see what
Here
you
you
can do
go.
with it. And then they say,
Right.
yeah,
You
we can
know.
do something with it. He go a touchdown on you. And then you get out
Exactly.
there and you can't do it.
They
Then you
don't try
punt.
to score
Well, I
now.
can't do nothing
They
here.
ain't gonna
Punt
just
it
sit there
back
and
to
play
him.
Medicaid all night.
Nah, you
Somebody
gotta.
gonna have to do something.
Nah, if we're a
Right.
Super Bowl team, it's about time we start acting like it, man. We gotta finish out the year. We've
You
been
better
doing.
say that.
We've been doing good. Or before these last couple of weeks, we done slipped down a little bit because maybe we wasn't executing, and our heads were somewhere where it's supposed to be. Now that we've been batted down a couple of games, we done lost. It's time to handle business with Minnesota, and it's time to whoop on Carolina, and it's time to have a deep playoff run, starting with Arizona, because Arizona is the first team you're going to see. If it stays the same, Arizona is the team that we're going to see. And after we take care of them, we might have to leave the confines of the Superdome to go to Green. Now, will we take on Green Bay? It won't be Green Bay. We'll probably go to the other team. It won't be 1-2. It will be
Right.
the
format.
right.
I'm like Freddie.
It'll be the third team, whoever the third team
What's his name
is,
said
which
that?
is
I hate that new
Seattle.
format too. I hate it. Oh,
Right.
this is just like
It'll be
it's like
Seattle.
you just rigged against the home
Yep.
team almost. If you look at it.
Right. So if it goes, well, I'm saying we beat them out. Green Bay wins out. Green Bay retains number 1. We had it. We ain't want it. Now we go into the wild card against Arizona. We beat Arizona. It'd be a tough one. You would then travel.
Right.
If Seattle wins, you would go to Seattle to take
Yeah,
on Russell
that's
Wilson in
that.
Seattle.
that
And then if you get through that, then and Green Bay wins, guess what? You got a trip to go to Lambeau Field, and
In the cold.
in the cold, you gonna earn it. And listen, we built for the cold. We got the defense that can
Right.
handle your ass, and we got a running game that you don't want to touch none of them guys. So hopefully he'll learn to run it in the snow and where he don't want to run it no more. But listen, Brother Paul, I'm gonna
You
give you
right.
the last slide, bro. We got one more brother behind you. We got Last Saint behind you, my friend, and for him to chime in. Oh, actually, no, it's nobody there. Brother Paul, look like
Oh,
whoever it is, they fell off of there. So.
Well, you know what, Q? I sure appreciate it, and like I say, I know some of the Who That Nation, the Saints Nation, them kind of got upset with me, but I think I was the only one that really was talking about a 3-game slide was possible with the Saints if they didn't watch it. So really, tomorrow is a must win game, Q. It really is.
Yeah, it is. You
We
can't.
a 3-game slide and then come
Right.
out. He was just
Super
trying to
Bowl.
go for the play. Because
Yeah.
if you lose the division, like you said, that's that little trick that's coming out the closet with Tampa Bay. I feel that too, Q. You've been saying it for the past 2 weeks. Watch Tampa Bay Well, we done beat him 2 times. Q, what you talking about? I heard some of the family kind of, like what you talking about. You know what you talking about, Q. They gonna try to sneak us. I'm telling you,
Hey,
they gonna try to sneak us.
and
Better watch that.
and because you know
You
what,
beat them twice, and they still win the division. Then that throws you down to what, the 4th seed? If you
that
lose
that
Minnesota too? No,
you
man.
lose to Minnesota, that
Woo.
and Seattle wins, that pushes you down to number 3. And
You don't want
and of course the NFL, the way the NFL looking at it, they want you to be underneath. They want you to be underneath Tampa
I
Bay is
said,
what they want.
I said that Q in the chat.
That's
I
why
said
you
I
ain't
got the
clinched
feeling
yet.
Roger Goodell and them want the Saints to have the lowest seed so they can be in first round and out. I really believe that.
But that's what it is. I mean, the NFL is working with Tampa Bay, and
I really believe
I've
that.
been saying that. That's why you seen that last game they played. That the
Well,
referees was cheating for them,
penalties are
helping them.
just
But when you get in your game in the dome, there's such a thing as home field advantage or dome field advantage. Why you ain't get the dome field advantage in the dome? What happened to that? How you got hit for 10 penalties for almost 100 yards? They got less than half of that. You got an ejected player. There was no home field advantage because the referees, I told you what they're doing. It's very clear.
you right, Q.
They're elevating the Buccaneers.
I totally disagree with that Cam injection Q because if you want to be fair about it, if you want to eject, they should have thrown both of them out. How about that?
He wasn't gonna do the
Keep
guy,
on Cam,
but the hypocrisy of it was the fact that you could not then turn your head and see Cam throwing the fist unless you seen the guy had his hand on Cam's jersey holding him, literally holding him. The referee and Cam pulling away
You see the
and
film, you are
he's
holding it.
pulling his jersey. The referee, so you don't throw the flag, a double flag, which
Right,
would
you
nullify
right, Q.
it.
It
You
should have
don't
been a
flag.
double penalty
It
on
should have
both
been a
of them if
double
you want to be
penalty
fair
because
about
you're
it.
gonna look past the holding to call him for a penalty. That and I've been documenting and saying this verbally for the entire for the last few years. I've been saying that the referee have an agenda. They've been giving marching orders to stop you. They're helping the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They changed the rules to help Tampa Bay with this extra playoff team. That help Tampa Bay get in there. Tom Brady's over there, and what they're doing is the referees are helping out Tampa Bay and Tom Brady while trying to penalize you. The last several games you went through, you've been getting hammered with penalties. This whole season, you haven't had one game where the other team had more penalties than you, even against the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers had a lot of injuries and a lot of young, inexperienced players, and they only hit them with one penalty for 15 yards? One penalty?
Entire game.
The entire game. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Right, Q.
That
You know all the
that a
rookies,
team.
they were
Come on.
holding and all this kind of
All
stuff. You
that.
know that better than that, Q.
All
Yeah.
that. You mean to tell me you didn't see what several officials out there, you ain't see but one call against the Chargers, but you hit the Saints 7-8 times in one game? That's set up that way. That's how they manipulate these games through the referees. And that's why they protect the referees when people make calls against them and say the referee's cheating. They won't talk about the integrity of the game. The NFL doesn't have any integrity, family. If you don't know that by now, then you just guess what? There's no integrity in the NFL. There's nothing. They're all about money and manipulation. And truth be told, it's an entertainment league. It's not even a sport league. It's an entertainment. It's all in the charter. You can look up the charter of the NFL. They try to hide the fact that and that's why people were suing them, because according to football, you're supposed to do this. And you notice how the rules of the NFL change. Now, how you have people on the on the competition committees that's making rules. Tough rules. You got people on the competition committee.
Yeah. No, they know the Raiders were gonna beat the Patriots butt that game. The Raiders almost won that game. If it hadn't been for that tuck rule, they would have beat New England that evening. I really believe that, Q.
They would have won. But that started the dynasty
that was
for
a
Tom
fumble
Brady.
by Tom Brady when he got hit. It really was.
But see, they changed. A lot of the rules differ from college than it does in NFL, because the NFL used to be a football league. They played football principles, and then fans started suing the NFL. But the NFL got 100 years of years of on your ass for that, and then you had all them people was suing them at a federal level. All those lawsuits failed. People like, well, how the federal level shut down the lawsuits that who that nation was suing them because of this call? You know, saying that the commissioner in their own bylaws has the ability to replay the game. Okay, nobody won. Y'all just replay it at a neutral location, and we'll push the Super Bowl back.
You want
But
to be right
he
about it.
but he hid for a week and came out and didn't even want to take calls. And people was sued him behind that. They defeated all but one lawsuit, which was a guy from Mandeville who pulled his lawsuit off, saying that that he pulling it because he don't want to be a distraction. Them people ain't worried about your goddamn lawsuit. You should have kept that lawsuit going, because that way you get them to open the books and see what's really going on behind that, and they don't want to see that. How
Or
all
somebody
the federal
called him or
lawsuits
sent him a
fail?
letter
Come
from
on.
the league. You told him to back off. Something
Right.
happened.
Come on. So that's what I'm saying. He was either paid off or it was some sucker stuff going
Right.
on. It wasn't, you ain't gonna drop no lawsuit. You're a real family member.
You
I
don't
want to
sue
see.
somebody.
Right. Come on, I don't want, I dropped it because it was, what kind of fool is you? How low faith you got in the team to think for a second that your piddling ass lawsuit gonna stop them from focusing on the Super Bowl? If it do, then we not a Super Bowl team, because we don't supposed to let any distraction stop us from getting anywhere. I don't care what it is. So your lawsuit don't bat nothing wrong. I mean, come on, that's a lame excuse. But that's what I'm saying. It's an entertainment league, family. That's what it is. The bylaws and the charter in the NFL is set up like an entertainment league, like the WWE was. It used to be called the WWF, of Wrestling Federation, but people were suing them. Now they will tell you that they got sued because one of the agencies was similar to that. But the reality,
Wildlife Fund, I remember
right,
that.
and they changed it because of that. But that's not. Do some more research and find out why they really changed it to. Because they could have changed it to anything. Why entertainment?
That's true.
It could have been the World Wrestling Group. Could have been a World Wrestling, Confederation. It could have been a World Wrestling, whatever. But entertainment? Why entertainment came
and
in
that's
there?
why it's so sorry now. And that's why I sit and
Just
watch
telling y'all,
games,
man.
old matches back from the 70s and 80s and stuff, old WrestleMania 3s and stuff, because it was real wrestling. A lot of some of it was fake, and some of it, but you couldn't really tell it. But now you can tell it's fake. All that bad
It's
acting. I'm like,
Hollywood.
come on,
Bad acting
overplays,
Hollywood. They be
overreacts and stuff. Come on, to
It's
the
like two
move and all that. Come on,
it's
man.
like two dancing ballerinas orchestrating stuff with each other. It's like watching Star Wars when they be dueling with the lightsabers. They practice that. It's like a waltz. You can go and look up the practices when they're doing it, and then this guy moves this way, this guy moves this way, and they like, I'm seriously, that's how it's made.
Exactly.
So I mean, that's
like
a part of it, man.
Like them you remember the old scary old bars, call off movies. You can see the little bat coming, and you see the big old wire on the bat. You're like, come on, man, at least see that wire up there. That ain't real. You know there's a fake bat. I'm trying to fool somebody.
But yeah, that's a part of it, though. That's why I'm saying, like, right now, when you're dealing with it, and what's that got to do with it when I'm talking about the entertainment aspect of it? Because they have ideas of what they want to how they want to script it out. That's why the referees come in here and won't bat you down. You beat them the majority of the time. You beat them. That's how you got as many wins as you got. But the referees are not in your favor. They come in here and they rule more calls against you every game. Go back and look up the referee calls against you versus the opposing team. You've lost damn near every game. The referees penalized you more than any. You haven't really won any edge in terms of the referees. You've been outpointing the other team, the rival team, every game.
I'm about to look at it and see whatever team ever won the Super Bowl with a high penalty rate on offense, defense, special team. I'm going to look that up.
And the Saints are not, and the truth be told, they're not that bad. It's just what's going on. They're not that bad with all these penalties. Is the fact that the NFL is looking for ways. When the last time Cam Jordan to get ejected, man? Then we don't get ejected. You mean a Chauncey Gardner-Johnson can stick his finger up? Right. You don't throw out Cam Jordan. I mean, Cam Jordan, even though Cam Jordan hit the guy, you warn him. You don't throw him out of the game. I can't tell you when the last time they threw a player out of the game, it was some real flagrant stuff that occurred for them to throw the goddamn guy out of the game. But Cam Jordan, he took onus of it. But that's the way they're gonna try to punish you.
That Pittsburgh game with Garrett hit the quarterback in the head with the helmet. Now that's where ejecting and suspension. You could have killed that guy, man.
Yeah, he could have crushed the skull with that one.
Speared the defensive guy that speared the player, and they suspended him for the whole year. Now I can see that, just blatant, But like I said, Cam throwing a punch because he got tired of a guy holding him.
Well, I mean, but
that's a part of the game,
That is, and that happens the holding aspect is up to the referees to do that. But when you got them they don't have any intentions of playing it fair. Their job is to come in there. I don't care who it is, whatever garbage piece of crap you got, we're gonna have tomorrow in the Minnesota game. We got to play above the officials and the Minnesota Vikings. We have to eliminate the mistakes, the miscues. We have to execute. We have to execute. We have to win. We have to win the one-on-one matchups against the Minnesota Vikings. We've not clinched the NFC South yet, and that's the plan by the NFL. Because if you haven't clinched, and you talking about no Q, regardless of what Tampa Bay do, we got 2 games left. Regardless of what they do, they can't sneak ahead of you and win the division. That's a lie. These new rules that they started, the reason why you ain't clinched is because they holding the division. I keep telling them that they're not. They most of them listening, most of them not. But the reality is, you would have clinched right now. So it is a scenario that if you lose 2 more games that Tampa Bay win, they'll jump right ahead of you and claim the division. You're gonna be like, how the hell they did that? Because I warned and told you that the reason why you ain't clinched is because the NFL done changed the rule to hold it back to give Tampa Bay an opportunity to steal it from up under you, even though you swept their ass. Never heard of that ever before, but that's what's gonna go on. Go ahead, I'm gonna give you the floor, brother Paul. We about to let the street.
You're right, brother Q. You're right because you said when was the last time, like the Saints for this, beat everybody in the division and still ain't clinched up the division championship. There's something fishy about that. You're right, Q.
Big time.
You know,
Saints should have clinched already.
We live in the real world. We see stuff. You know, we Saints fan, but we're realistic Saints fan. We call a spade, and we know when things against us. That's why, you know, like I said, a lot of people read I said, but I said that's why I'm not saying the Saints can't win the Super Bowl, but that aspect, knowing that the referees are gonna be calling against you real hard like that, that makes it a whole lot like it really 10 times harder to even get there. You know, because like I said, you can't depend on them. The critical game, a play gets challenged, they put them headsets on, talking to whoever the guy is in New York, and he gonna tell them how to call that, you know, that challenge. You know, that's not right. You know, because you steal the integrity of the game, but you know you challenge whatever play it is, you know it's gonna go against you. That's killing your momentum, man. You know what you think?
That's true. I mean, I like I said, I don't have no faith in the referees. I mean, they hurt you more than they help you, and we expect them to call it fair. So I mean, you just got it's just we're a Super Bowl team. We got to play up to that level, and we can't be playing with these teams. We got to make the catches. We got to make the blocks. We got to make a smart game plan, and we got to execute. We got to. I mean, we can't lose. We cannot lose to Minnesota. We will not lose to Minnesota tomorrow. We're gonna beat them.
You're right. You got the situation. Just like the Saints fans, you know, Nate's family got the situation, but do the coaches, do Sam Payton, do Dennis Allen.
I'm pretty sure they feel something.
DJ Swearinger, do they have it? You know, cause you ain't gonna have Marcus Williams, but somebody gonna have to step up there and play. You know, come on, man. You know.
Yep.
But I'm going with the Saints. Q. I believe they're gonna win it 37-31. I think it's gonna be close, but I think the Saints gonna be able to pull it out.
Yeah, the defense is pretty bad on the
Minnesota. Gonna throw the ball. I already see that. They're
right,
gonna throw it.
Right, running and throw it.
Secondary banged up. You know, when I secondary banged up, it's gonna be too much of a temptation not to throw it.
Yeah, that's a part of it. That's a part of it, brother Paul. I agree. You know, they're gonna attack the Saints defense. They're gonna run in, try to throw it. So we just got to be ready for it. And on our side, offensively speaking, against their defense, we got to take advantage of it. That defense is beat up injury wise. They're giving up the run 130 something yards, 120 plus 30 yards. They're giving up on the ground running. They're giving up 250 plus yards a game and through the secondary. They're a sieve, and we got to take advantage of that. We can't have any turnovers. We can't be stalling out, giving them extra opportunity to score by punting the ball off to them. We got to be smart about this thing. We got to crunch these people up, get them up out of here, eliminate them, lock up the South, and move on, bro, to greater and greener pastures.
You go have to, you know, like I said, you could use Taysom last week because, you know, you were down Jameis. But now, like I said, you're going to have to bring the RPO back. I mean, I'm not saying do it the whole game, but you're going to have to put it in there at different spots. And then Taysom can't fumble the ball, man, when you ran the ball 40 yards. Come on now.
Yes.
Because you ought to know that pursuits come. Somebody, you in your mind, Taysom ought to be thinking while he running. Somebody could be hawking me down. Me could hold his ball a little bit tighter, you know, because somebody, you know, 9 to 10, they ain't trying to tackle you. They're just trying to knock the ball out your hand.
Right.
You know, about it where, you know, even Cam started doing it, trying to punch the ball out till he started getting penalized. He kind of got away from it. But the other guys still doing it, just punching the ball out, and there you got a big turnover.
Yep, that's a part of the gang tackling mentality. Get there, hold a guy up.
Oh,
One guy strip the ball out. The
there you go.
fundamental of
Right.
football. Yep, that's how it works.
And that's how Anzalone missed that touchdown, Q. The ball got punched out, and he was like like a hot potato. He couldn't get no hanging on it for nothing in the world.
Right. Absolutely. So I mean,
But yeah,
Brother
but
Paul.
I'm going with the Saints. I believe they
So
gonna win 37-31.
37-31. Brother Paul says 37-31, black and gold on Christmas. We clinch and move on, and that'd be the great thing, Brother Paul.
Like you said, for all of us, man, we'd be so happy with that one.
Yeah, that'd be a good present, man. Pelicans and Saints with wins tomorrow. That'd be beautiful. So, Brother Paul, once again, thank you, my brother, for joining us, and appreciate you being here.
All right, now Merry Christmas to all y'all. Now y'all have a good one. Now
you too, bro. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow on the show. Who that? That's Brother Paul chiming in, man. Big ups to Brother Paul. Chiming in the live stream, man, and that'll be the last of the calls today as we approached over 3 hours. Thank the family members for being here. Thank y'all, and Merry Christmas to y'all on this Christmas Eve edition of the Sports Coma. Saints versus Vikings preview, man. We done got intricate. We did our scouting report for the day, and we had a lot of fun as usual, man, on this thing. So before we get going, I'm gonna run our holiday commercial promo. Let's let the family members know our holiday sale will be going on to the 31st of this month with the code TRUEDAT20. You can get 20% off at the pro shops. Feel free to visit them. It's not too late to do and get that 20% discount at the pro shops. Shirts like Trust the Peyton, all that stuff is available at the pro shops. We got 2 different pro shops. Links are in the description section, or actually it's pinned in the chat where you want to check out the pro shops. Hats, shirts, smartphone cover cases, yoga pants, bags, hoodies, everything, man. There's hundreds of dozens of products available at the pro shop. A couple of these products that you see on the screen are some of the latest products that we have available at the pro shop. And remember, when you shop at the pro shop, it not only you have really good looking shirts and gear that you buy, really good looking merch, but also a double win is the fact that then goes back into the platform to improve get more equipment, improve our reach, and make the show overall better. So it's a win-win no matter how you look at it. Also, big ups to the family members, man, who joined in the pro radio, which is our alternative broadcast system. In case something happened with our regular way we broadcast, and feel free to go to Pro Radio, link in the description section. It's free. Sign up for Pro Radio. You have access to a lot of the old content and new content from the Sports Coma, Pelican Post Game Report, Ring Kings Box, and Tough Tiger Talk, and all that good stuff is available at Pro Radio, link in the chat, and free to join. Also, if you enjoy the platform, you like what we're doing, become a patron. Go to patreon.com/the Pro Media Network and sign up to become a patron of the platform. And remember, when you sign up to become a patron, you have access to lock content. Every Tuesday, we do a TSC Q&A live show that's available on Patreon. Over 30 shows are available right now. And also On Cue with Big Q, over a dozen shows of On Cue with Big Q are available on our Patreon show. We did that last Tuesday. Is also the On Cue with Big Q vaccine special that we did when we dropped a lot of really good content about that. If you want to know about that and you want to listen to our news version, our little news show called On Cue with Big Q, join up for Patreon. It's patreon.com/the Pro Media Network, and simply sign up. We got $1 tier for donations on up to whatever it is. It's several different donation tiers depending on your level of support. It's available at Patreon, link in the chat. Once again, thank you guys. And matter of fact, great blessings to you guys. Thank y'all for being here. Happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas to you guys as well on this Christmas Day edition, Christmas Eve edition. And a bit of a programming note for tomorrow, family. My schedule is changed tomorrow, so I'm not sure about the in-stream game tomorrow, just to let you know. I know a lot of family members were looking forward to the in-stream game. My schedule changed a bit, so it might not be a pregame or even an in-stream, but definitely it'll be a recap tomorrow. And I got to say, it's due to the schedule change of how things worked out. So, just to let you guys know. Might not be an in-stream or a pregame for this one, or a pregame show or an in-stream one for this one, but it'll be a post show as well. So we will have post shows for the Sports Coma tomorrow for the Minnesota Saints matchup, and then of course the Pelicans versus the Heat matchup. We'll have post games for all of that. But in terms of the in-game stream, probably not going to happen tomorrow. If it does, just hit your notification bells and just be on alert, just in case we do it. But my schedule changed, and I'm trying to still see if I can work that out. But if I can, I will. If I can't, then understand that I'll just be back for the post-game show, and we'll recap the Saints' win over the Vikings tomorrow. So Merry Christmas to you guys. Y'all have a splendid Christmas Day. I shall see you guys tomorrow on Christmas Day. You guys have a beautiful holiday, and I will see you guys later tomorrow. We'll see how it shakes. Hopefully it works out well. If not, then I'll see you on the post game show. So much love to you. Happy holidays. Who dat? And I'll see you later. Peace.
Yeah. Well, all right. Like you always say, welcome, welcome, welcome. #1 sports talking D. We ain't like the Falcons, we won't blow the lead. Look, all we talk is who that, who got cut and who back. Rookies and the vets, players you should look at. It's the Sports Coma, you don't wanna miss it. Got the pre-game party, post-game statistics. Get a visit from Sway, maybe DC or 5. It's the hottest thing smoking, Big Q and the guys. Go to YouTube Live, make sure you subscribe. Interviews inside the Saints locker room high. Talk to Drew, Jordan, Zach, Peyton, New Orleans, who that nation? Best believe when I say we bleed gold and black. Ain't a miracle or rivalry could ever hold us back. No, Beastquake, Bounty Gate, let the truth be told. It's the Sports Coma, all we know is say Super Bowl. Yeah.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys.